The stakes are high. One team will live to fight another day and the other team goes home. A spot in the final is up for the grabs. All eyes on the men in green who've come back extremely well, and standing in their way is Nuwanidu Fernando and his boys as you're all set for semi-final 1 from the Oman Cricket Academy. What a day, what a contest, and what a showdown we can expect from both teams who've got back to winning ways and stormed into the semis. It's time for semi-final 1 in the men's T20 emerging teams Asia Cup 2024, and we are coming to you live from the Oman Cricket Academy. Well, Sri Lanka did drop that one game against Afghanistan, but the manner in which they came back batting first, they certainly look a side that's growing in confidence and stature. There's no holding back for them, and the Sri Lankan boys will certainly want to continue that winning momentum as they won by 42 runs and 19 runs against Hong Kong, China and Bangladesh. That was a close encounter. Well, Pakistan did have a blip against India, chasing. They lost narrowly by 7 runs, but then huge wins against Oman and UAE as they went on to win by 74 runs and 114 runs. Just talking about their batting might in the middle and consistency as well. We're all in readiness with both the teams lining up for the national anthem, and we'll head across to the center of the ground as well.
Wishing you all a very good afternoon and welcome to the Oman Cricket Academy for the finales, semi-finales rather. It's time to rise for the national anthems. To start, it's going to be Pakistan.
Shah
special feeling, and what a day beckons as well. We're all set for the all-important toss as well. Time to go down Sikandar Bakht with both the captains for the flip of the coin.
It's semi-final one, the big day for the two sides, and in the tournament, the side who wins goes straight to the final. The other one catches the bus. I've got the two captains alongside me. I've got Nabanida Fernando, the Sri Lanka A captain, Mohammad Haris, Pakistan A captain, and I've got our match referee, Mr. Prakash Bhatt. And I guess Fernando has the coin.
Tail.
Tails is the call. And it is tails. Haris, what are you going to do?
We are batting first.
All right, we'll take a look at the playing 11s as well of both the teams. Imran Jr. comes in for Ahmed Daniel. Just the one change there for Pakistan. They look a settled, solid unit, and all the players are peaking at their powers at the moment. And watch out for the informed captain. He's looking good in the last game. Dhani with a 5-wicket haul. A lot of utility players in Qasim. And watch out for Heather, who also teed back in form in the last game of his. A side that's just about finding its groove. They go in with the same playing 11 from the last game that won against Bangladesh. Sri Lanka A2 got all the batters on top, performing really well. The top 5 have shown the appetite for runs. They need the conversion rate. But the spinner Hemanta Dushan, 9 wickets for him in the tournament. Pacers, Nipun and Malinga too have really added a lot of firepower. All-rounder Ramesh Mendis and Archige will certainly add depth and balance. Just the right time to welcome Salman Butt as well this afternoon, as he'll take us through this pitch.
Well, thank you, Mikhail. Come the big day, the pitch has been looked after. It's been watered, it's been rolled, and it's been shaved. And it's looked like a fresh belter. Something for the batters to enjoy, and where bowlers will need to be tight in their lines and length.
Yeah, the pace versus spin has been a very closely fought contest, with pacers and spinners, all of them being in the mix. And take a look at the wickets as well per delivery. Not much separating both the sides, and that's why as a spinner or as a pacer, you certainly have something in it for yourself in the middle, and that's why you'll have to give yourself a chance. Well, this is the contest so far through the last few days in the league stages as to how pace and spin have come out at this Al Omair Oman Cricket Academy. 42 and 36 wickets. There we are. The Pakistani batters making their way to the middle. This is pitch number 7. No game has been played since day 1 on this surface. And Pakistan have won their 3rd toss in a row. And all 3 times Pakistan have decided to bat first, Salman.
Yes, and it's a semi-final, a knockout game, a stage where teams start to feel the pressure at times. And it's always a good option to bat first whenever available. Although this surface wouldn't make any difference otherwise, but it's just that psychological part in a big game where most teams, they prefer to bat first. It's Napun Ranchika, and 28 games for him, 23 wickets, and he'll be looking to make early inroads, and that is the way to keep quiet any batting line. As the umpire and all the people in the ground are set to get ready to begin this first semi-final, the men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup in Oman 2024.
Yes, both teams with players at the peak of their powers. We have a blockbuster loading here. 2 semi-finals lined up. Pakistani batting has been the flavor in the last couple of games. Sri Lanka have just stolen wins in the league stages. What a contest, Salman.
Yes, both the teams are coming back from the early losses and raising their bars and getting better throughout the tournament. We saw Sri Lanka in the first game drop around 9 catches, and then they turned things around, did well, and with the bat, with the ball in the field, taking better decisions, taking the required changes according to the surfaces. They included an extra spinner, so they did a lot, and now they're here. So just a touch of held up in the surface. Remember, this is the first game on this track, and this pitch is pitch number 7. It looks shaved, it looks well prepared, and the batters, well, they can have a look at it for a few balls, and then I'll think they'll pull the triggers.
Interestingly, both teams have got back to winning ways, batting first in the league stages. Just the one run on the board. Batting first really helped. That's Rahul Usher at the bowler's end. He's one of the on-field umpires. Loads of experience. And his colleague at the other end, Mohammad Sabir from Afghanistan, another very fine umpire. They are the two on-field umpires, the TV umpire Virender Sharma, match referee Prakash Bhatt.
Once again, Omair bin Yusuf living dangerously. The batter didn't know where the ball was once it hit his bat, and he was looking where the ball is, and Omair bin Yusuf calling, and lucky for him that the ball didn't hit the stumps. Just have a look at this. Already third ball of the game, and it's a cutter. Yeah, once again, Omair bin Yusuf hasn't been judging the tight singles really well in the last few outings. He's been taking risks which are not required.
That's in the air, three fielders giving chase, but as always the ball just drops and refuses to go to the ropes. So both the batters off the mark. Early signs of intent, which is very important as well. Pitch number 5. No game has been played since day 1 on the surface. You did have a close look of it, Salman.
Yes, I mean, it's well rolled in. The grass is much less. It's been shaved. And it looks something very conducive for the batters, and a place where the bowlers will need to be tight with the line and length. Once again, decent bounce of the pitch as well. This is also something that encourages the batters to trust the pitch. It's the first over bowled, and Pakistan are 5 for none.
Just the one change for Pakistan, eh? Imran Jr. coming in place of Ahmed Daniel, but otherwise now they look a very settled, solid unit, strong across all lines, and they're peaking at the right time as well. As Pakistan got back to winning ways. Sri Lanka too, after dropping that first game of theirs, have gone on to win their 2 matches, and they're just sticking to that same winning combination all through. They remain unchanged. Pakistan early in the day in semi-final 1, winning the toss and electing to bat first. Nuwanidhu Fernando, wonderful guy, great batter, very elegant on the eyes, and he has the lieutenants as well in the middle. Ehsan Malinga will bowl the second from the combox end.
Straight away, charges down the track, and the ball goes over point for a boundary. And Omair bin Yusuf, well, he's on the charge. We saw him do the similar things in the previous game, and he's doing no different today.
He's a very good-looking batter. Got 21 in 11 in the last game. There again, just giving the charge, no half measures, trusting the bounce of the surface, and this looks a very good pitch for starters.
This is another one, this time over mid-wicket, and the umpire raises his arms for a 6. And Omair bin Yusuf once again lighting up the game, and he's been positive right from the start, putting pressure on Ahan, who bowled really well in the last game that Sri Lanka played. But this length on this track against such a player who is good off the back foot is something that he needs to change.
Terrific start to the second over. Already 10 runs in the first 2 deliveries, and Omair Yusuf continues to play that brand of cricket that we know him for. aggressive and fearless. Ahan under pressure.
This time it takes the inside edge, and we'll have to see again whether it was a cutter from the bowler, because definitely he was looking to play it on the offside, but it took the inside edge. And the bowlers would realize pretty quickly that this is a very, very true pitch, and the changes in pace and the cutters would be very important.
Salman, the semis, the knockouts does come as a little bit of extra pressure. You can feel that nervous energy from league transition to league matches to the semi knockouts.
Well, yes, it's always the case. Come the big games, the average scores start to go low and players start to think differently about the games. Although a lot is said in the team meetings to take it as another game, it's just a game of cricket, enjoy yourself. But there is a definite factor, and every cricketer goes through it. Doesn't matter which nationality he belongs, whether he's from any of the top cricketing nations. But this is something that definitely you go through.
Look at the manner in which he started here, Omair Yusuf. First one, square of the wicket on the offside, and then the next, square of the wicket even farther on the onside for a 6. So they've got their first boundary and the first home run as well in the second over. Very good start for Pakistan.
Once again the cutter, and we see some movement of the pitch as well. When the bowler has rolled his fingers over the ball, the pitch has responded. So a clue for the bowlers of the way of operations. Just have a look at his hand. That's an off spinner, and it turns. And remember, this is only the second over.
Just for the records, this is the same surface on which a couple of nights ago Dushan Hemanta got 6 for 23. If the surface is assisting some spin, then Dushan Hemanta with that delivery will certainly have his eyes lit up.
Once again tries to make room, gets the full toss, but it's only a dot. Hits it straight to the fielder as 2 overs are bowled, and Pakistan 17 for none.
Runs coming off that second over, and it's Omair Yusuf who's once again looking dangerous. Yasir will take his time. A lot of movement in the field. You have spin in the form of Nimesh Vimukti. He's opened the bowling on a couple of occasions in the previous games, and today he's coming in first change, and you have a deep mid wicket and a long off as protection in the deep for him.
Straight away then hit to the cover fieldsman. Sri Lanka did add an extra spinner to this side after first couple of games, realizing that the square did offer some assistance to the spinners. And he has responded well, Nimesh. He's bowled well with the new ball, and also whenever he's been asked to come in, it will be interesting to see what response Yasir and Omair have for the spinner. At the moment, just having an early look at what and how much the pitch is going to respond to the spinners. Although this is a new ball, but the field that has been set is for some sort of turn available, having a mid-wicket deep, mid-on up and a long off back.
Ideally, you just want to give that invitation to play against the turn and go big and maybe find a leading edge. Mind games here.
Well, Omair is unstoppable today, and the umpire will find out what to give, 4 or 6, but the hit was brilliantly executed. Down on one knee, moving towards the offside and creating this shot. Another boundary to Pakistan and Omair bin Yusuf, who continues to play really aggressively.
And what a change by Pakistan on top. Mohammad Haris dropping himself down in the last game. Omair Yusuf getting a chance and he's making it count. That's gone the distance as well. His second six in only the third over. And Pakistan A quite certainly calling the shots in the middle. You can feel the pressure felt in the field as well. Nimesh Vimukti 1 for 30 in the last game against Bangladesh the other night, which they won. In his 4 overs, he'll have to keep things tight.
This is a good response from Nimesh, bowling within the stumps, not deterred by the earlier stroke. Although these sort of strokes do get the better of bowlers. The line was good, but it was the execution from Omair bin Yusuf taking the risk, but execution was perfect. And once again, another dot delivery to end the over. It's 3 gone, Pakistan 24 for no loss.
Paul Sheridan there in your frame, the Vice Chairman of Oman Cricket, in attendance and cued into this big semi-final one. We are coming to you live from the Oman Cricket Academy.
Trouble this, didn't middle at all. No timing on that stroke and it goes straight to the mid-off fielder. And I guess it's Navanidu, the captain, taking the catch, and this is the first wicket for Sri Lanka, and Pakistan suffer the first loss in shape of Yasir, who goes for 2 of 9 deliveries. Once again, it was a full delivery. It was there to hit, but he didn't get any sort of timing on the ball. And he is pumped up. He brings Sri Lanka back in the game with this wicket, as Yasir will have to leave. And Pakistan are 24 for 1. It's Mohammad Haris, the captain, who came back in touch in the previous game, looked out of sorts when he arrived at the pitch, but once he was settled, then he started to show his array of strokes, and he scored 70 odd and must be a much more confident batter now. But he has a partnership to develop, as Pakistan's best opening stand for this tournament came to an end. It was just 24 runs, so it shows you the woes at the opening. The boys, they've got to understand how to build a partnership. When Omair bin Yusuf is doing so well, all you need is to rotate the strike and let him be himself and be around. Now, Yasir losing his wicket in such a manner puts pressure on Omair bin Yusuf, either to keep going or to consolidate. This is the part of game awareness. And an easy take there for Navanidu. And this is something the young batters must start to realize. There's a certain way to construct partnerships. You can't be blazing at both ends always.
Rubbed on the pads, that was straying down leg. Yes, what an innings Haris played in the last game. Came back into form. Came in at number 3. Tentative to start off with, was prodding. But then he just showed his class in the middle. He'll have to build a partnership again. And a lot of hard work here for Pakistan. A good toss to win on a very good surface.
Yes, indeed. It's sort of an advantage to bat first in a pressure game. And that too on a pitch which looks absolutely like a belter. Once again, wrapped on the pads, going down the legs. And this is a delivery that he would love to score off. Fine leg is in the circle. This is Mohammad Haris against UAE in the previous game, where he came to terms with the pitches and the conditions and got a 50 under his belt, the first one in this tournament. He looked good once he spent some time at the crease. The thing started to flow, the big shots started to come, and in the end he crossed his 50. Oh, it goes for a big one, and this one was a thick edge and goes away from the keeper. Living dangerously, Haris, earlier on, trying to be positive, trying to keep up. Nipun would feel unlucky. He bowled well, the line was good. And fortunately for Haris and Pakistan, the ball goes over the keeper and gets them another 4 runs.
That could have so easily been wicket number 2, but you need that slice of luck when you're starting off in your innings. Thick outside edge, they say, when you slash hard. Off the mark in edgy fashion. Much better this time. We'll get to the other end. And Haris, in the last innings of his, where he got 71, hit 6 fours and 3 sixes. He remained unbeaten coming in at number 3. I did have a word with him at the presentation, and he mentioned, when I asked him why you dropped down to number 3, an honest admission which I really appreciated, Salman. I was low on confidence, he said, which is something that an athlete should be very open and honest about.
Yes, as athletes, as players at international level, we all go through these phases, and there is no harm in being open about it. Again, a full toss, and this is where the confusion comes in the head. Otherwise, he would have put this away for a big shot. 4 overs gone, 29 for 1 Pakistan.
Right, you'll have spin from one end, pace from the other. Ransika with that much needed break here for Sri Lanka. Seeing the back of Yasir Khan. And it's going to be Nimesh with his second over from the far end. Slip in place here for Haris.
Yes, probably my rotation for a bit might do a world of good to both these batters. Strike rotation would be very important and will do Haris a world of good and bring back on strike the in-form the striker Omair, who is 21 of 11. He was pretty fluent, but just that last delivery was a full toss, and this is where that Yasir's wicket came into play. Had Yasir been there on the other end, he would have clubbed this over square leg. And this one goes over mid-on. Wow, that is some stroke. Chopping one over mid-on against the spin, but flat batted over the fielder. Another boundary to Omair bin Yusuf and Pakistan.
Well, he's making intentions clear. He's taking the attack to the opposition, moving in the crease. And he wants to make full use of these power play overs. And he's doing really well. That's a very good shot by Omair bin Yusuf. That's what you'd expect from Omair as well, given the promotion as an opener. 4 runs awarded here. Out of 30 runs, he's accumulated 21. He'll certainly hold the aces up front here for Pakistan, and maybe also help the pressure ease at the other end for Haris.
Wow, great use of the feet, getting the elevation and just putting it over mid-off. Wonderful stuff this from Omair bin Yusuf. This is some batting, some stroke play, this time with the spin and a flat 6. Boy wonder at the moment on the crease, executing shots beautifully all around the ground. Putting the pressure back on the Sri Lankan side, giving himself room and allowing his bat to access the ball cleanly. Looks elegant from any angle you look at it. Extra cover is one of those strokes you can never get tired of watching.
Yes, indeed. Outstanding hitting at the moment here by Omair. got to back yourself in situations like this. Big semi-final. You don't want the fielding side to dominate. You won the toss, you're deciding to bat first, and you need something in excess of 160, 170.
Yes, mind games there, and this is a result of this mind game. He was anticipating room again by the batter, so he pushed it down the leg side, and this time Omair just stays within his stumps and gets the extra run. Oh, this is slower this time in the air, and some turn off the pitch. Omair equal to the toss, plays it away to the third and gets the one.
Well, some turn, yeah. Look at that. Just got the batter a bit off guard as well. Almost squared him up. And the surface certainly having something in it for the slow bowlers, Salman.
The turn will be there. It's 5 overs bowled. Pakistan 42 for 1.
That's a brisk start there from Omair bin Yusuf, 32 of 14. Needs to cash out on this start. He's had a couple of them earlier. We'll hope that in the all-important semi-final he leads the way and gets Pakistan A to a big total. Last over of the power play. And starts with a single. 43 on the board, so that means they're going at around above 8 and over at the moment. Winning the toss, deciding to bat first. That's one part that Mohammad Haris has been lucky with, calling it right at the flip of the coin. 2 out of 3 for him. Fernando, he's got a smile on his face. He knows this is an important game. His bowlers are feeling the pressure, but just in about 5 deliveries, the field will open up. Oh yes, again, not the first time Haris has done that. You played so well for 71 in the previous innings by playing in front of the square, and again perishes playing something that hasn't worked for him.
Yes, that's the second time that's happened to him in this series of games, in this tournament, and I'm sure he'd be very disappointed. Have a look at this. Just opened it up, playing across the line. You've got to have full conviction when you're doing that. You must make contact with the ball, with the bat. Sadly, captain has to go. 6 runs on the board. That's the second wicket down at 43 runs.
Qasim Akram now walks in at number 4 for Pakistan A after dismissal of their captain Mohammad Haris. He's been in good nick, Qasim Akram, 57 games, 5 50s. He bats a little down the order. This tournament he's been given number 4. He's played some crucial knocks in this side. Also with the ball he's played an important role. There's the captain there, and this is his shot. I'm going to leave it with you, Dev.
Look, you could just see the disappointment on his face. Poor old Haris. When you play that shot, you have to ensure that you get some deflection on it, because you are playing against a straight ball.
In that manner, you obviously feel that you've given your wicket rather than the bowler has bowled something outstanding. All you need to do then is bowl within the stumps if you've done your homework against him. And a clear example, no one needs to say anything. He's had a 71 not out in the previous outing where he gave himself time. This, when your partner is going great guns, you don't have to take that risk. And especially when you pull these off, these shots, they look very good. Otherwise, it becomes pretty ugly. Didn't quite get the timing on that. Slightly slower than he expected. Has it hit his helmet? Why is it? If has, then there'll be a concussion protocol being placed.
Let's have a look at this. I'm not sure he was in a good position to play this shot. Plus, it was a very high bumper. It's never nice when you get hit. It's almost a shock. There we go. He looks okay. He'll have to check the helmet. Often they say when you do get hit, you need to change it. It's like a seatbelt in a car. With an accident, you have an accident, you're meant to change the seatbelt. Yeah, got up to the right-hand side, round the temple, round the right. The difficulty was the height, I have to say. There's a bit of speed there, but I'm sure he can handle that. It's just the height that made it difficult for him. In my experience too, Sikand, a lot of these semi-final games are harder than finals because teams go hell for leather at each other, trying very hard to make the final game, and most of the time they play their final in the semi. So I'm expecting, you know, a tooth and fight nail today, and we just hope whoever wins it is got some petrol in the tank.
Good start from Pakistan, especially Omair bin Yusuf. He's been clopping the bowlers all over the park, but the first wicket fell when struggling Yasir lost his timing on that shot, and then the continuation from Omair bin Yusuf. And then Haris playing the similar shot. Second time in the tournament he's thrown his wicket away in that fashion. Now this little concussion protocol break sort of gives the Sri Lanka team a little bit of a breather to get together, just to understand where they want to go, because things happen so quickly in a T20. The captain doesn't really get an opportunity to get his team in a huddle unless you take a wicket. Download the app, the ACC app, and get onto the YouTube channel at Asian Cricket Council TV. Watch everything live there. Also follow them on the Instagram. And don't miss a thing. 2 more deliveries in the power play. Nice slower one there.
Really impressed with Omair. He's come out in a confident manner. Obviously seeing the ball early, which is a very good sign for any batsman. And looks like a proper batter. He's not really just sort of slog balls, but he's played cricketing shots. Perhaps one that he hit over mid-on could have been a bit of an ugly shot, but I tell you, he's a proper batter.
Last ball of the power play. Oh, he's played that high in the air. There's a man under it. This is trouble for Qasim Akram, and he's gone. Last ball of the power play, and Pakistan lose their third. That's some catching there in the deep to the right of mid-on. And brilliantly done. Pakistan losing their way after such a brilliant start. 6 gone, 45 for 3.
Here we have a look at this on replay. Not really needed, was it? Last ball of the power play needed to be there, but unfortunately couldn't quite catch all of it. And just succeeded in hitting Skyer to mid-on, who ran back, and he had time to run back. 45 for 3.
Well, how the game changes, Dev. What a brisk start, still going on from Omair bin Yusuf, 34 of 16. And Sri Lanka a pullback, big time, taking 3 wickets in the power play. Every time you lose 2 or more wickets in the power play, you have to really work hard to rebuild and get back into rhythm. Now, they've got Haider Ali. They've stuck with him. He had a good outing in the previous game, but he hasn't really been consistent. Now, his different batting number again for him. He does bat up in the order, so let's see where this goes. Ramesh Mendis, right arm orthodox, will bowl his first over. They've got to understand Omair is batting well. They've got to be with him. He'll have to change the way he's attacking the opposition. Don't know what's going on in his head.
Good start by Ramesh. And here's a look at the wicket again. The attempt was to try and hit it way over the top at mid-on, but he's just got under it, and it almost looked like that maybe the ball stuck in the wicket a little bit.
So many runs to be purchased here if you spend time out. Omair will change gears now. He'll just settle down a little more from his 200 strike rate in the power play. Now with the partners lost from the other end, he'll look to survive till the end, or at least till the 15th.
That's right. And you mentioned about the changing of the batting orders in this format. It's another long single. In this format, players know that they have to be flexible. It's always an 11 is listed, but once the game starts, you will find 2 or 3 guys padded up, ready to go in, depending on the situation.
Let's go back to Qasim Akram. He was hit on the helmet, a couple of deliveries before he got out. This is the pull shot that he attempted. Hit him, and then he goes for that big shot on the last ball of the power play. Agree with you, the semi-finals can be a little more trickier than the finals. Do you also, as a coach, would tell your team, not looking at 180, 175, this is a knockout game, 160 will also be a very competitive total because the pressure is pretty much equal?
Well, that's right. I think you always start on naught for naught, so you need to work hard to get to position that if you are in a good position, then you can put the foot down. Reverse sweep, no run, and that's the end of the over. 7 gone, 49 for 3.
Second big game, 5:30 in the evening local time. It'll be India A taking on Afghanistan A. Another cracker of a game lined up today. By the end of the evening, we'll have the 2 finalists. At the moment, for those who've joined us, Pakistan A won the toss, decided to bat first. Had a brilliant start in the first 4 overs, and they lost 3 wickets in no time. 49 for 3 after 7. More changes in bowling. Quite a few options that Namanito Fernando has in his bowling arsenal. Ahan, who took that catch to dismiss Qasim Akram, comes in. Sahan Arachige, right arm off break. With 2 right-handers, it'll be interesting.
So much for the matchups. Knocked in the leg side for a single. I have to say I'm very happy to see this. Too often off-spinners don't get a chance to bowl to right-handers, but here you are. 2 right-handers and an off-break bowler operating. 50 up now in the 8th over.
Asking for 2 here, but they won't get any. Dev, you've got Haider on strike. Just a little thing maybe Fernando is missing. Look at the onside field. He's just one delivery old. He's left the whole onside open. Why wouldn't you keep him on strike? You're allowing him to push the ball onto the onside in front of the square and just rotate strike. He's just come in. Get one man at mid-wicket, maybe. Keep him there for a couple of deliveries. Look at the open space.
It's worth it. I think it's worthwhile trying to keep him on strike just for 1 or 2 balls in there. It is just a simple nudge on the leg side. Not to say that he wouldn't have got it, but at least it'll make it a little bit harder for him because he's a new player. Totally agree with you.
Yeah. 3 singles on the onside in front of the square and the over. Still nobody inside. Yeah, this is a little on the defensive side from Numanido, I believe. With wickets falling, you'd like to keep at least Haider Ali on strike, who's still searching for form.
Yes, and all the protection is on the leg side, so he wants the batsman to hit there because he's only going to get a single, 2 at the very most, and here's another long single. And that's the end of the 8th over, 53 for 3. 54 for 3, beg your pardon.
That's a strong breeze there. You're looking at the flag. That's not way high up. Happy with giving away singles at the moment, Fernando. Let's have a look at the dismissal of Harris earlier against India and here against Sri Lanka A. Not much of a difference, only the leg stump went cartwheeling. Picks it up. He'll get some runs here. 1 bounce to the boundary. Now, either you are as good as Omair Yusuf in terms of making the connection because he's in form. Otherwise, he's exposed his stumps as well. But really, that's playing with a lot of danger.
Certainly is a risk and reward shot. There's no question. When it comes off, you look pretty good. And you got all the skills. 360, very good shot by Omair. He is in a bit of form. But when you miss it, then you don't look so good. And the chief wrecker, Dushan, is yet to come in. So they're pretty keen for them to take singles at the moment. And the wicket taker is yet to bowl.
Yeah, they usually get him in around 12th or 13th over. Dushan got 6 wickets on the same pitch against Afghanistan A when they were like 140 something without a wicket. 42. Nicely worked away. So in the over, they've got a boundary, 2 singles, 1 more ball to go. Towards deep point for a single. Haider will keep strike. It's 61 for 3. It'll be a long wait now. He has to sit and watch and hope that Pakistan A get to that decent total to put up a fight when they come out to bowl. Still batting to come, Arafat Minhas after this. Then you have the big hitter Abdul Samad. Then the bowlers start. One change for Pakistan. Imran Jr. comes in for Ahmed Daniel, firing it down the leg side, probably trying to attack his pads. Seems like he's gripped it too hard.
Dragged it across, didn't he? His big effort to try and push it through. He just dragged it across. Probably lucky not to get a deflection and go down the boundary for 4.
Oh, leading edge. Never gone anywhere. Just lucky he didn't carry to Fernando at cover. Just tells you he's closed the face of the batter early. He's come a little off the surface, a little slower.
And it's definitely straightened. It was angled in and the ball did straighten once it hit the pitch. So that could be a little interesting warning. There it is again. Very good effort. Omair, it's that man again. He's seeing it like a football. And he really is helping his team get up to a good total.
Yeah, what that does is your fielding captain is now thinking, where do I position the guys? Because he's not expecting the ball to go there in that fashion. If he plugs that gap with an extra fielder, then he exposes the onside. So that's a bit of a mind game. Sometimes the batters do play a risky shot in order to get the field according to their liking. Has he managed to do that? Still no changes in the field from Fernando.
And that's the dilemma. That's the beauty of it. You can only have 5 out, and it's a big field to try and protect. So that's a decision they have to make.
He got some part of it. Maybe the glove or something, because Nimesh looked very interested. That should have been a catch. Let's have a look. Moves to 48, Omair bin Yusuf.
Yeah, it was wide of his body, so if there was a deflection, it has to be either glove or bat. So that's an interesting one. Another single. That's 7 runs of the over. This will be the 7th ball because of that wide. Now this is where all teams are really hoping, all bowling teams, really hoping that that 7th ball doesn't get hit for a maximum or a boundary, because they erred on that wide.
Moves to 49, Omair bin Yusuf, and Pakistan A moved to 70 for 3 after 10 overs. Time for drinks, time for a bit of a break. Pakistan A winning the toss, deciding to bat first. Omair bin Yusuf is looking really good. 30 deliveries for 49. And then they've lost wickets in quick succession. Lost their first wicket on 24, then wickets in pairs, 43 and 45. This is the start that Omair bin Yusuf gave.
And what a start it was. Beautifully played, a very confident approach. And they're good cricketing shots, except for that one, of course. Looked to try and elevate it, but just found the mid-off fielder. Look at that shot. That was a little bit of an agricultural, but that's about the only one. Look at that wonderful cricketing shot. That's not something that the captain would want to see, sadly. And there's another one. That was the 3rd wicket. So runs coming all over the field, mainly from the bat of this man, Omair. What a player. Looks a proper batsman to me. Very impressive so far. From far as the Sri Lankans are concerned, they're doing okay. At the moment, it's a 7 run rate at the moment per over. A wicket to Nipun, he's bowled very well. Just in a 5-run economy, got a wicket. And also Ahan, 2 wickets. So They've done okay. They just need to keep it going from their perspective.
Experience Oman, and we had an opportunity to step out of our hotel rooms. Yesterday was a day off and we tried to make the most of it. The heritage, culture, a bit of a drive around the city. Food's been great, and it's the beaches, absolutely amazing. Got to visit Oman, and if you're nearby, do come here because we've got the semi-finals going on of the ACC Men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup. This is coming up next, so you've got enough time. 5:30 in the evening, you have the second semi-final. India A take on Afghanistan A. A quick look at the previous winners of the tournament. All of them have been the 50-over versions. First time a T20 being played. But Pakistan have 2, Sri Lanka have 2, and the inaugural went to India.
Yes, it's Pakistan on the rebuilding job. Halfway stage, 70 for 3. And Pakistan don't really need the oppositions to put them into trouble. They start off so well, and then some soft dismissals and some strokes which were not required, especially from the captain and from Qasim Akram. There's a man who's playing well set, stroking the ball all around the ground, getting runs, and instead of giving him strike and allowing him to be himself, they make bad choices at the other end and restrict his freedom and also hamper the team's progress. And this is something that the boys, the players, they need to know. Part of game awareness. This is the only way partnerships are built. At the moment, Omair bin Yusuf is playing a lone hand. And that's his 50. Wonderfully played, this knock by Omair of 31 deliveries. And he enjoyed his knock and every bit of it, but he needs to continue. This is not job done. This is just halfway through, because the team's progress demands Omair bin Yusuf's presence in the middle. And this is something that he needs to carry on.
Timed the aggression really well. Oh, well done. Ahan's taking a longer route, but 2 runs will be taken meanwhile. It's a well-compiled half-century as far as Omair bin Yusuf's concerned. Ahan Vikramasinghe. Yes, stretching out. For a very brief moment, he thought of grasping the ball and soon realized he wasn't too far away from the rope. So let go of it. What does the third umpire think?
Well, I believe it's the umpire's call, obviously. From this angle, it looks a great effort, saving his side a couple of runs. Stretching his right hand on the move. Some great athleticism on display over here. As the players wait for the decision from the third umpire. And the ball, well, has it hit the ropes?
It's runs indeed. Well done, Ahan. Every run counts. High-octane game, the big semi-final. You want to make sure that the opposition thinks that the entire squad is out there, 15, 16 men fielding. Dushan's always slowed it down whenever he wants turn. It's a very good half-century for Omair bin Yusuf. Assumed responsibility up top.
The captain did not last long today. More burden on Omair bin Yusuf. Targeted the spinners and ensured he gets to the landmark, and more importantly, stays there. Oh, good ball.
Spin there. Omair bin Yusuf looking to go big over the onside. He's pretty confident. The keeper on the other end believes that he's got a chance. So the umpire has referred the matter to the third umpire.
Dushan's found his mojo here, enticing him to go for the big shot as well. Hint of turn. Udara trying to utilize every nanosecond available. Oh well. Could he be saved by a spike? You'd see green on that board indeed. But a good effort by Udara. Dushan has sent a statement across though.
Oh, this is a great hit. Use of the feet and going with the spin this time flat through extra cover. No chance for any fielders. Pakistan get the much needed boundary and add 4 to their score, and Omair bin Yusuf moves to 54. Just have a look at this still head and great feet movement. Getting to the pitch of the ball and placing it to perfection.
Dushan was startled by this response from Omair. Moments ago, he survived the scare of a stumping. That didn't really play on his mind. Omar Rashid will join us from the sidelines. Omar Rashid, thank you so much for talking to us. We're shifting focus from Omair to Omar here. Your boys are seemingly doing well now. The partnership's building up once again.
Yes, absolutely. Obviously, Omair has been playing great. Obviously, he started from the last game when since we gave him the #1 spot, and he did what he's capable of. And what it is, right, at the moment, obviously we need him badly into the ground till the last over, and the way he's batting, hopefully we'll manage to score what our target is.
Do you have a number in mind?
I think we anything about 150 plus, 160, so I think we can manage to score.
We have Salman Butt in the comm box.
Yeah. Hello.
Thank you, Umar bhai. I hope you're well and feeling good in the dugout. These earlier shocks, did they go well in the dressing room?
Yeah, I think what it is, obviously, what we did right. We always managed to keep the calm all the time. Whatever happened in the ground, in the dressing room, every player knows that this is up and down, and we need to keep our cool head and think about a solution, what's happening out there, and everybody knows that. And then everybody was very cool and collectively, and what we were doing. So hopefully we're thinking about how we're going to manage this damage.
And some encouragement by seeing some spin there in the pitch. There is definite turn out there.
That's right. I just been into the ground, and obviously they were telling me that the ball is gripping and having some turns. So obviously it will help us in the second inning. Our ball will extract this spin, and hopefully we can restrict them under our score.
Thank you so much, Umar, for joining us and your thoughts.
Thank you.
Good delivery. 11 gone, 78 for 3. And very soon in the second game, India A will lock horns with Afghanistan A in the big semi-final. Only one of these teams will find a place in the grand finale. The way Nimesh has been dealt with, especially by Omair, has been a treat to watch. First ball, 6. when he came into ball at the 5th over, or rather 6th. Now it would be interesting to see how he builds the innings from here on.
Yes, he has the responsibility on his shoulders. He was free-flowing at the top, but then the wickets fell, and now he realizes that his presence is of great value, and this is something that he needs to be wary of. Running between the wickets, and the calling has to be absolutely clear. And he's been brilliant today, and this is how he's gone about his business. Very confident, charging down, taking advantage of the short balls, moving well in the stumps, and then creating those zones where he can go big, going straight, going over the fielders in the ring on the onside, and then the reverse lap coming into effect with perfection. And once again back live, and he's at his job again. Another boundary to Omair bin Yusuf. He's been positive, and he's got another 6 to himself and 2 the Pakistan total, continuing his brilliant run. And a reverse sweep once again. Down on the knee and with the turn. That is a percentage stroke.
Time has ticked by, runs are coming, wickets are falling, but one thing hasn't changed. Omair bin Yusuf attacking Nimesh. Now will quietly take that single. It's the 3rd 6 that Omair has hit off Nimesh.
Yes, it's been nearly all Omair in the Pakistan innings. He scored 70% of the runs of the total of the team's runs. So this is how good he has been. And Heather Ali cuts one. Only a single straight to the deep fielder on point. Somewhere along the lines, Heather Ali will also need to join in with Omair to lessen the burden on him alone. But initially, I think he's done well. Just gone through that period. We're building up the partnership, rotating the strike. As 12 overs completed, Pakistan 88 for 3.
.88 for 3 in 12 overs. Ten runs of the previous over. They want to keep the momentum going. Heather would love to kick into the next gear. Run a ball 14 for him at this stage. Omair was on strike. 62 of 38, striking really well at 163.
Dushan has been bowling well. He has been mostly in the right areas. As the crowd starts to build up for this game, both Pakistan and Sri Lankan supporters up for their teams. They're coming all the way to Oman Cricket Academy to support their respective teams. Wow, once again it's been hit and hit in the gap, but the outfield will hold up the delivery with the shot. Beg your pardon, and it will be only a couple to Omair.
Yeah, that's also been one of the features of Omair's batting. Some of his shots have been so good that they deserve more runs, but he's always been ready for what the outfield has been offering him too. A lot of running between the wickets, Omair. The ball's clearly turning, and it's just the first game of the day. We're auguring well for a great day of cricket.
Yes, this dryness on the pitch definitely has something to offer to the spinners, especially the one who are willing to give it some air. This is another wicket, and Heather Ali, I don't know how to describe this shot at this moment. There's a set batter there, and every other batter who's coming in has been playing their sheer part in the irresponsibility. The nature of the strokes that they have displayed. This was a premeditated slog coming down the pitch. And Dushan watching the batter, throwing one away, and great bowling from Dushan, and Haider Ali will have to depart. He'll be disappointed as Pakistan lose their fourth. They're 91 for 4.
Now a left-hander in the mix. Arafat Minhas walks out of bat. 8 games, 111 runs, 148. That strike rate really healthy. Just 19 years of age. Isn't it wonderful to see up-and-coming superstars of tomorrow? Yeah, this tournament's a peek into the future, isn't it? He's bowled really well, Dushan. Little bit of a misfield. That'll be enough to come back for the second run. Udara is unhappy.
Both Arafat and Omair run well between the wickets. We have seen them run really quick throughout this tournament. Nowhere close to the pitch of the ball. Haider Ali just has a wild swing at the ball.
Takes the single of the last ball, does Arafat. 94 for 4 in 13 overs.
94 for 4, edition of 13.
change.
65-41. Omair bin Yusuf, he's holding this innings together for Pakistan. After Qasim's early departure, Haris's shot that he wants to forget. Yasir went early. Now they're in a stage of rebuilding and then creating the launch pad for a good finish. Minhas can score runs at a healthy pace. Remember, 148 is his strike rate usually.
Yes, he's been very fluent in this tournament. He's come in and wasted no time, and he's been rotating strike and allowing his partners to continue with their good job. Omair bin Yusuf must realize that his presence is of great value.
Here are two countries who have been excellent in terms of producing cricketers at the highest level. Innovative shots are plenty when it comes to Omair bin Yusuf. It's very difficult to set a field to him because he gets the ball into funny positions and utilizes the angles that only exist in his mind, and then the world comes to know when that ball hits the bat.
Wonderfully put that, Sahas. He's a quick mover. He gets into positions far quicker than you think. And then he creates different angles and plays with the field. This one was slower, given a bit of air, and it did turn and held up a bit. In the end, lucky Arafat that it didn't pop up to one of those fielders. So Arafat himself is a spinner. So encouraging signs for the spinners.
Lost his balance, but still there was only a single to be taken. That third was also because of a little frustration. He didn't want to pick the fielder in the deep.
He had a lot of time on his hand to place it wherever he wanted. But fortunately for the bowler, it went straight to the mid-wicket fielder.
A quiet single to finish the 14th, 99 for 4.
14 overs, 99 for the loss of 4 Pakistan.
Dushan to continue into his third over. And this Pakistan innings has really been a roller coaster ride. As this one is swept and swept in the gap this time. Boundary to Arafat and this one takes Pakistan to the 100. 103 for 4 now as Arafat finds a gap with the sweep.
It'll be interesting to see the bowler's response as well. First ball swept away in superb style and in the gap. The fans enjoyed it. Minhas is batting out there with a clear mind compared to a tentative Heather who's made way for him. Oh, this one. He was trapped in front. It was straight enough. Dushan comes back with the best reply ever.
The best possible. He picks up the wicket of Arafat, who went back knowing that the balls are spinning. And this was on line, on length. And it has trapped him right in front of the stumps. Yup. Missing everything except the middle stump. That is how plumb it was. An easy decision there. And Dushan once again proving to be a star for Sri Lanka.
Minhas departs for 10, 103 for 5. Six games and 125 runs for Abdul Samad. Strike rate of 137.36. That's going to improve. That's going to improve very quickly if he gets going. He's always come in crunch situations and performed, Abdul Samad, and he packs a punch. You tell me it's not coloured clothing, I'd believe you. This is so much of red ball cricket happening there. Trying to defend, the ball spinning away.
Great stuff there from Dushan, and I wonder why I don't have a slip over there. Just have a look at this ball. Drift in and turn. Classic leg spin bowling this, and the batter was drawn into the forward defence. That is absolutely classical stuff from the leg spinner.
There's some deliveries that hold efficacy irrespective of the colour of the ball. And it might be a destructive Samad in front of you. If you can get it right, then boy would it make for good viewing. 6 wickets that Dushan took. He was introduced in the 14th over in the very first game that Sri Lanka A played. And Afghanistan A realised there was Hemanta. That came out of syllabus for him. Incredible. Watching the batter to the last moment and use different templates to get the batter out.
He's been a star. He's also been unlucky at times. He has many drop catches in this tournament. This one is straight to the cover, and one more goes down, and Pakistan are now falling like a pack of cards as Abdul Samad makes his way back to the pavilion without disturbing the scorers. It's 15 gone and Pakistan in tatters. 103 for 6.
This is a big moment in the game. There goes at least 40 runs. Walking back without being scored. That's a magnificent catch and looked like it was a planned wicket. He wanted him to go for that uppish drive. Dushan continues to shine. Samad continues to walk back to the pavilion. Goes for a knot, 103 for 6.
Bit of a slide here for Pakistan, eh? And they've lost Arafat Minhas and Abdul Samad in quick time. And it's that man once again. Dushan Hemanta. Abbas Afridi comes out. 27 unbeaten runs. He can bat. But can he really give support and join forces with Omair bin Yusuf, who's been the lone ranger this afternoon for Pakistan, eh? And look at those passages of play as well. 1 for 6, 3 for 45, 7 for 15, 3 for 58. Pakistani need to put a price on their wicket in the middle. Moves in the crease. He's done that so often. Will not be able to get rid of the fielder. And Sri Lanka, have been very, very alert in the field, finding the stumps on many occasions and breaking it as well. A very good afternoon, Sikandar Bakt.
Mikhail, good afternoon to you and to all our viewers. Another shout for the third umpire to check if there's a run out here. Direct hit from short fine. Has he dragged his bat or planted it? That's so wrong. Really, look at that. How far in he is, and the bat and the foot comes in at the same time. He's lucky, mighty lucky. Abbas Afridi. That's very casual. With the side 6 down for 104. That's really not the way you should be running that single. Well, Pakistan's problem has been losing wickets in pairs. 43 for 2, 45 for 3. 103 for 5, 103 for 6. We get 2 new batters or 1 batter back to back. This is the problem. Look at that. Losing it in pairs. Pressure on Omair bin Yusuf and Pakistan A. And simple thing, Mikhail, would be now with, well, 4 overs and 4 deliveries left. The batters to come, and Abbas gave Omair the strike. This is the last wicket. Soft dismissal. Abdul Samad has really not arrived in this tournament yet, apart from that opening game. Another duck for him. So really, it's about 4.4 overs. As much as possible, allow this man to be on strike. 68 of 44.
Well, he'll keep trying. Omair bin Yusuf. They'll get to the other end. But yeah, he's been losing support. Unfortunately, his batters have betrayed him in the middle and walked very early into the dugout. Most wickets. Dushan Hemanta, a wicket in every outing that he's featured in this tournament. 13 for him, 2 today. Ripon Mandal, his campaign has ended. 8 wickets for him. He was hostile. Mohammad Farooq for the UAE, 7 for him in the 3 games. Well, Shahnawaz Dhani can certainly add a few more to his kitty with 6, 5-4 in the last game.
Now clearly Dushan Hemanta, he's got brilliant figures, 3 overs, 3 for 18. He's got 1 more over to go. So Pakistan A would like to see it off and focus on the remaining 3 bowlers who will be available. That's where you probably look to extract those runs from. There he is, the young man who's just completely bamboozled oppositions.
Very good glove work by Lahiru Dara. That was travelling fine up in the circle. Had 4 runs written all over it. Did get some part of the toe end of his pads maybe, but wonderful work done behind the stumps.
It's amazing how the game changes over a span of 15 overs or so. Yeah, he got some part of the bat. Brilliantly done. that the power play, more part of that power play, Sri Lanka A was on the receiving end. And then suddenly they pulled back with 3 wickets in the power play and so on and so forth, getting wickets at regular intervals.
Yeah, the off-cutter. That'll be a regular feature on the surface and in the back end of this edition of the Emerging Teams Asia Cup as well. Good over this, 4 runs coming off it. It's 107 for 6. Well, if that man Dushan once again, 3 for 18, still has an over to go. Ehsan Malinga, 2 for 13 as well, was brilliant. Pacers, spinners, everyone striking. Maybe the shot selection for Pakistan is something they'll want to revisit as well. We'll take a look at Dushan Hemanta introduced into the 11th over. And he's certainly made the right noises. 3 for 18 for him in this game. And he'll complete his quota of 4 overs as well. He's given that ball a mighty turn as well this afternoon. Is it indication of what's to follow, Sikandar?
Wow, he's attempted a reverse against the guy who's getting wickets left, right and centre. Why would you do that when you got 3 more overs to go and this is Dushan Hemanta's final over? A big mistake from Omair bin Yusuf really takes Pakistan down all the way to the bottom of that ladder.
Well, sometimes you live by the sword and perish by the sword as well. Chose the best bowler in the tournament. But that's how he's played his cricket and got his runs. But this time finds the fielder. Ramesh Mendis with his catch. And Hemanta with his 4th wicket today. But what an innings this man has played, Omair bin Yusuf. The lone warrior walks back for 68 and 46. More than half the runs scored from his bat. And Sri Lanka A right on top with Pakistan A 108 for 7. Mohammad Imran coming back into the playing 11. But he has a role to play now here. They still have a lot of deliveries at their disposal. And Novinadu Fernando continues to attack. A slip in the place in the 17th over. Just talks about their mindset in the middle. Oh, this could be another mix-up at the bowler's end. Very scratchy in their running at the moment.
Really beyond me. The man has got 3 wickets already. He's got, what, 4 balls to go in his spell, and you reverse sweep him to a man in the deep. With 60-odd runs to your name, now you just can only punch your bat. You've allowed him to get under your skin, and he's just cashed out on it, big time. The level of responsibility on Omair bin Yusuf was to play the complete overs. Now it's up to the bowlers. Imagine Dushan Hemanta before the start of the over had 3 wickets for 18 runs. Now with 2 balls to go, he's got 4 wickets for 21. And he's got the prize wicket over Omair bin Yusuf. Really not rocket science.
And Sikandar, it's on the same surface on which a couple of nights ago he got 6 for 23, which means out of 14 wickets, he's got 10 wickets on this very same pitch number 5. Just goes to show how much he's fancied bowling on the surface. He's been brilliant. He's been the star performer, the most valuable player as well for Sri Lanka. He finishes with 4 overs with 4 for 21. What an outing he's had. Pakistan 110 for 7.
Change.
18 balls to go, 110 on the board. Really up to now, the bowlers, Abbas can hit a few. But the important thing now would be to bat the full 20 overs to begin with.
And that's been the story. They've just not been able to bring on partnerships in this contest, in the big semi-final one at the Oman Cricket Academy. And it's left to the lower order now, or should I say the bowlers, to just stitch as many runs and get in useful contributions towards the back end of this innings of Pakistan. This after they won the toss and decided to bat first. Well, some pensive faces, concerned faces, fairly understandable, because I did hear the chat of Omar Rashid with Suhas and Salman, and he did mention something around 150, 160 is what the team is looking at, Sikandar.
Well, you look at the projected scores, and with what, 17 balls to go, that's really not my worry. The wickets is the worry. You talk about innovation. Now he's played and he's taking on the guys because he's got that confidence and he's connecting everything. He doesn't have a problem, but the situation of the game on this shot just tells you that you've got to see off the bowler who's taken 3 wickets. He's taken 3 of your partners. And you found a way to give him a wicket by playing that reverse to the man in the deep. He'll get some runs here, Abbas Afridi, 4 of them. They will all matter and count in this all-important semi-final one. If you take the remaining 15 deliveries or so, and if you even get a run a ball, that's not enough. So you probably will hope for boundaries like these to get you somehow crawl your way to 140s and then give it a fight.
And this is where Sri Lanka need to be a little careful. After doing all the hard work, they'll not want an untidy finish to this innings. They have 7 back in the dugout, and they'll want to close out things as well over here in the remaining 15 deliveries. Yeah, the change up.
There you go. This is the moments where you feel that the ball is just holding up on the surface. Batters getting into the shots a little early. This was perhaps dead in front. This is a good turn right there. Typical leg spinner's delivery. A thing or two that the Pakistan spinners would have seen off the surface. They'll have to cash it out, but they'll have to be super disciplined with this lowish side score. Unless someone really takes the bowling apart in the last 2 overs or so. But you got to give it to Sri Lanka. The way they've fought back, they were under the pump in the first 4 overs and they've come back hard, strong, and their spinner also taking the wickets that his captain would have expected. Shahnawaz Dani bowls quick, but you've got to be disciplined, otherwise those quick balls will go quickly to the boundary. Nicely done, full and wide. He's lucky to get an inside edge. Nothing the bowler can do about it. The idea was right, but just didn't pay off. Maybe you need a bit of luck as well.
Well, these are all not just useful runs, they are crucial runs over here. Gets the inside edge, fine leg up in the circle, a lot of pace on that delivery. And this is what Pakistani need at the moment. Some luck, a lot of runs, and a small little partnership in the final 2 overs. Well, they've certainly had this game by the scruff of its neck early on, but they've just thrown it away with some very ordinary shot selection. Nice shot. Straight to the field at mid-off. They'll get another single. This has turned out to be a very productive 18th over. 10 runs coming off it. And Pakistan will finish on 120 for 7 after 18. Semi-final 2 loading at the Oman Cricket Academy. India A versus Afghanistan A, 17:30 hours local time. And we'll have another very good turnout today because both teams carry a lot of fans as well in this part of the world. Shahnawaz Dani, the showman, 5 for 12 in the last game on this surface. He'll yet again want to believe he'll be in the mix very early. He'll have to reload that. Yeah. Sri Lanka A just need to be careful here.
That's the Pakistan 11 for the day. One change, Imran Jr. So they've got the 2 paces, in fact 3 paces there. And then Sufyan, Mukim and Arafat will be bowling their spin. Qasim Akram will also put in a few overs. It will be important how the new ball is with Dhani.
Yeah, Shahnawaz Dani, he'll hold the aces up front. What an effort with the ball in the last game against UAE. It was brilliant. 5 for 12 in his 4 overs. Was quick, kept it straight, mixed it up well, bowled to his field. And after all of it, just repaid the faith to the management shown. And there he walked away with the Player of the Match award. And he certainly put up a very big performance. He'll have a role to play in defense of his total when he comes out to bowl.
This group, that's Group B, has been fairly an easy outing. Pakistan A lost to India A, and after that 2 big wins against sides who are not that high in the ranking. So this is more of a battle which is equal and up to task. So you've got to bring your A game to the semi-final. Gone. He's chopped that on to the stumps. Number 8 goes.
Well, that's been the story of a Pakistani at the Oman Cricket Academy this afternoon. Each time they've looked to attack or get adventurous, they've perished. Abbas Afridi will have to depart. He drags one on. Nice little change up again. Nipun amongst wickets. His second. And Pakistan A, well, the going has been very tough in this semi-final one. They lose their 8th wicket. And if that man Afridi departs for 9 in 11, it's 122 for 8. How well have the pacers and spinners combined together this afternoon for Sri Lanka? Yeah. 9 fours, 4 sixes here for Pakistan A into the penultimate over. And wickets have just caved in today. Started off relatively well, a partnership of 24. Sufyan Mukim, he has more of a role to play as a bowler. Everything he gets to the bat will be bonus.
It's really about batting the full overs, as I mentioned earlier, when they lost Omair bin Yusuf. They will try their level best. Oh, that's hit hard. Should be runs, at least a couple. Oh, it's gone over. Trying to flick it back into play, he's just not been able to do that.
That's a very good shot. It all matters at this stage for Pakistan. Welcome runs here, firmly struck over the bowler's head. Rahul Usher, good evasive action as well. Great effort in the deep, but by the end of it, lot of power imparted on that hit. Another slow delivery. He picked that up very early. Imran Jr. will keep strike as well for the final over. 8 runs coming off this. We are into the final 6. It's 128 for 8. Right, it's semi-final time here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Currently semi-final 1 unfolding in the middle. Yeah, the off-cutters, watch more of them as this game progresses, as this day progresses. Well, what a festive atmosphere it's been at the Oman Cricket Academy. More like a carnival, Sikandar.
Support here and good numbers here for Sri Lanka and Pakistan. We've been sitting out there in a pretty warm, hot afternoon, but you know, it is the semi-final. You've got to back their team.
And that's why you need to really commend and give a big shout out to ACC as well. They are committed to not only promoting the sport but also focusing on grassroots development and cricket infrastructure in countries where the game is still growing. And this long-term vision ensures the sustained growth of cricket in the region. What an effort here by ACC. Young talent getting a chance to amplify their performances, springboard to the aspirations as well. And here they are. Nicely bowled. Just go back to this Pakistani batting, Sikandar. An opportunity. That's something they'll rue about in the dugout over there.
Well, your batting card just tells you the story. Apart from Omair bin Yusuf right on top, we've got many of them in single digits. They've come in and got out. Haven't understood what would really work, starting with the captain. And then it's been a domino effect. Still, 4 balls to go. If they can get a couple of boundaries in those 4 deliveries, they'll get closer to that 140. Anything to give your bowlers to fight with.
He's hit that in no man's land. They'll get a couple of runs. He'll have to really hurry. Sufyan gets back in time. Yeah, you talk about Omair bin Yusuf. He's been the wind below the wings for Pakistan. Otherwise, it's just been a very ordinary effort. Look at that, 68. The one man right on top, and then 260. And 2 other batters getting into double figures. That's when Haider and Arafat were trying to bail Pakistani out of trouble. And a couple of single-digit scores again. Nicely done. Udara has been brilliant behind the stumps.
Yeah, every single run that can be stopped will be important in this semi-final. Omair bin Yusuf versus the other batters in this semi-final. Look at that, 68 from him, and the whole rest of the team is added 54. Strike rates, well, world apart. Imagine had he seen off Himanta, he would have had 18 deliveries to play at will. Now it's just a struggle. Oh, run out, there you go. There will be comedy of errors. Not looking at your partner, trying to cash out on every single run. That brings the 9th wicket walking back to the dugout.
Well, this is what happens when uncertainty creeps into the ranks of the dugout. You just really don't know which way to get your runs from. Throwing is bad and taking off. Yes, no. Stranded in the middle, sent back, and realizes he has to march back to the dugout as well. Imran Jr. plays a runner ball 13 and 12. That's wicket number 9 that falls for Pakistan in the final over. It's 133 for 9. Shahnawaz Dhani walks out with just one ball at his disposal. Where is this one going? Misses that completely. This could be another run out as well. They miss it. They'll also get another run on the overthrow, which means they'll finish on 135 in 20 overs for the loss of 9 wickets. Well, it's been a very, very insipid batting effort. They could have easily gone past 160. Nevertheless, they'll want to believe their bowlers can do magic when they come out to defend this. Sri Lanka A will be delighted as they walk back with the momentum on their side. They've had an excellent finish to this first innings in semi-final 1 here at the Oman Cricket Academy. They've had a complete control of the game across all 3 passages of play, and they'll want to believe that with a good tidy effort with the ball, they'll be able to put across with a good batting effort as well. Nuvinidu Fernando and his boys have done really well. This after they were invited to field first in semi-final 1.
135 is the lowest score by Pakistan A in the tournament, batting first or second. So they really will have to bowl their heart out. Look at the batting card. 68 of 46 from Omair bin Yusuf, then single digits all the way down apart from Haider and Arafat. Then Imran Jr. putting in a few valuable 13 runs or so. 135 for 9 in the 20 overs at just around 6.7 runs an over.
Yeah, it's a bowling card that will actually exude a lot of confidence and inspiration in the dugout for Sri Lanka. 9 extras. With a confirmation, Pakistan in semi-final 1, batting first, got 135 for 9. Nipun and Ahan, 4 wickets between them in their 8 overs. They were brilliant, giving away only 49 runs. And then Dushan was brilliant, 4 for 21 yet again. And then you had the other spinners as well coming in. 4 for 21 for Dushan Hemanta, and he has his thoughts as well to share across the sidelines. Suhas Vedam will be speaking with him.
Dushan Hemanta is with us. Dushan, really well bowled. The ball is spinning on this track. How quickly did you realize the right pace to be bowling on this surface?
Yeah, first of all, thank you. I just try to bowl in good areas. Suddenly I got to know the wicket is spinning for me, so I just try to bowl in the good areas.
As far as the variations are concerned, look like you had practiced them really, really hard today as well.
Yeah, I do my basic, I do my bowling in the nets, so I just capitalize the same thing.
Look like the keeper is also helping you, telling you where exactly the batter is standing and what he's trying to do. Does that help?
Yeah, we do have good communication between he and me, so just focus on the game.
Happy with the momentum that your team has gained towards the end, because at one stage it looked like 160 plus.
Yeah, they got a good start, but they couldn't continue that. We bowled really well. Hopefully we can chase that.
You were fantastic with the ball in hand. All the very best for the chase now.
Thank you very much.
14 wickets for him in this tournament, 10 in this very surface, and this means that Sri Lanka, after a brilliant bowling performance, will have to overhaul 136 to storm into the final of the 6th edition of the Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2024. What a chase coming up. We'll head into a short break. When we come back, Sri Lanka A will be walking out for the chase. We are all set for the chase in semi-final 1. Sri Lanka A taking on Pakistan A, and we are coming to you live from the Oman Academy. Batting first, Pakistan A have managed 135 for 9, 68 runs from the bat of Omair, and the remaining 58 runs from the remaining batters to follow. That's been the story for Pakistan A in semi-final 1. And they began with some intent, stitching 21 runs for the first wicket. It was Omair bin Yusuf who took matters into his own hand and looked brilliant, using the crease, moving extremely well and putting the pressure. But then Yasir Khan departed, finding the fielder at covers. After that, it was all about attack once again, as Omair bin Yusuf continued to play his natural strokes. But once again, Mohammad Harris played a terrible shot to head back to the dugout. Nevertheless, this is where the slide once again began, as fielders took their catches and batters kept departing. But Omair bin Yusuf held fort and just kept the attack going for Pakistan A in semi-final 1. He was audacious in the middle, got the switch hits as well, and got to a 52, holding fort. He was switched on right from the start, and this is the kind of cricket he dished out in the middle. He was practically picking his spots while the other batters perished. Some very ordinary hits in the middle. Haider Ali as well throwing it away. And then we realized that it was Pakistan just about playing catch-up as batters kept falling, as Dushan Hemanta spelled magic in the middle. Abdul Samad departing as well, one of Dushan Hemanta's 4 scalps. And this was Omair bin Yusuf as well departing, playing a very ordinary shot after playing a very impressive innings. Some lucky runs came by with the tail hanging around and getting a few inside edges, as Pakistan A somehow managed to get past 130. Abbas Afridi as well departing, and the pacers, spinners, everyone in the mix here for Sri Lanka A. And by the end of it, Pakistan A just managed to go past 130. Another run out there as Imran Jr. too departed, and that's been the story here for Pakistan A. The men in green, they've just not been able to control proceedings in the middle. Sri Lanka A, Nipun and Ahan, 2 wickets for each, 4 wickets between them, 49 runs in the 8 overs, and Dushan 4 for 21, 14 wickets now in the tournament, leading wicket taker and a match winner for Sri Lanka A for a reason. This means that when Sri Lanka A now come out to bat, they'll be in hot pursuit of 136 to storm into the final. This is the kind of performance they put out, and they'll want to replicate that with a good batting effort as well. We have another big match loading tonight here at the Oman Cricket Academy. India A taking on Afghanistan A, semi-final 2 of the 6th edition of the Men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2024. All of this unfolding at the Oman Cricket Academy at Al Amirat. 2 very strong sides, India A and Afghanistan A. Openers really doing well for both the sides, particularly Sadiqullah Atal, 230 runs, the leading run getter here in this tournament. And he's the man in form, 3 consecutive 50s for him in the tournament. That's the kind of cricket he's played. Babar Hayat, Abhishek Sharma for India too has been amongst runs, but Sadiqullah Atal in full flow when he gets going is a treat to the eyes. So elegant, so effective, so result oriented as well. Long levers, solid base, and so quick to pick the length as well of deliveries in the middle. Just the right time to also introduce Dev Watmore in the comm box. We're all set for this chase, Dev.
Yes, the men in green, the Pakistan A team, have all to do ahead of them. Well, here's Abhishek Sharma, 127 runs, a 208 strike rate, brilliant. He's leading the strike rates. And Sadiqullah, he's been the leading run scorer with a very healthy strike rate himself. And Pakistan A, Omair today reaches his 116 with also a very good strike rate of a 136. He batted really well in this first innings, but they have it all to do now.
Abhishek there is giving you an idea of what's in store up next coming in the evening. Some really good shots against various oppositions. He's looked in sublime form. Treat to watch Abhishek Sharma's knocks. Absolute confidence with the way he bats and approaches his innings. Well, it is 135 for 9 Pakistan A in 20 overs. Now, this is a score which is neither too much or too many, and nor it's too less. So it could be tricky. And all depends on what happens in this power play. Does the momentum go with Sri Lanka A? Shahnawaz Dani, who got 5 in this previous outing, will have to be super disciplined, because this is not, it's a different quality of batting that he's bowling at. Yashoda has been good form. His partner Lahiru Udara, the wicket keeper, has also hit a few in this tournament. So we'll come to Dev after this first ball. As to the coach of Sri Lanka A, he'll be thinking this is gettable, but this can get tricky if we don't approach it the right way. They will look to be positive and attack in the power play, and that's what should happen. One thing's for sure, Pakistan will or might have to bowl them out if they want to win this. Shahnawaz Dani, one slip in position, and here we go. 1-3-6 to win. Straightaway runs on the legs, 2 full, and they will come back 4-2.
That's not the best start. That was clear misfield. You need all the support you can get in the field, and sadly the very first ball should have been a dot. Here we go, full toss, and that really was a regulation field, but sadly it didn't happen. So yes, Pakistan have a big job to do, and I believe the only way they can win this is to take wickets. And we have a field change after that inglorious effort. He's been banished to the cover, and a better field to put in.
Again on the onside, oh, beats the 2 fielders. There's more runs here. Abbas Afridi giving the chase, and 2 more added to the total. Yeah, 2 leg stump line deliveries from Shahnawaz.
Yeah, he's not quite got the radar right. There's a lot more protection on the offside, only 3 on the leg. Now it's been strengthened. Now 5 on the off and 4 on the leg, so he's got a little bit more protection there. We always expect our bowlers to bowl to the field, don't you? But it doesn't always happen. Not intentionally, but it does.
Well, captain's lost confidence immediately. The slip's gone. Nicely driven to point. Yashoda has had a good tournament. He's won Player of the Match award in one of the games in the league stage. This is Shahnawaz Dani against the UAE. First fifer for him in T20s. He was good on target, and he kept on attacking. The UAE was feeling that pressure of the chase. Shahnawaz Dani cashed out on that. Surely he will have some confidence from that game day before yesterday. He'd like to replicate that today, but different quality of batting he's bowling at. Down the wicket, charge, got a hand to it, that's a drop. Haider Ali drops the catch here mid-off. Tough chance, but at this level, the timing of the jump was correct as well. Why couldn't he hold it on?
Just needs strong hands. You really got to stop that ball and just wrap your fingers around it and hold on to it. Let's have a look at this. A bit of an off-pace delivery. Worked. Oh, no, you've got to take that. It was okay. It was hit reasonably hard, but seriously, at this level, you've got to close that strong fingers, hold on to the catch, and support the bowler. He's trying hard enough. He needs support.
Well, let's see how much Pakistan A will have to pay for. With that drop, Lahiru is at 0 at the moment, dropped at 0. All happening here. First ball, Millsfield, a drop catch at mid-off. A couple of runs on the onside. Pakistan A would have to cash out on every single opportunity to make sure if they want to play that final.
You've got to get wickets, as we said. And there was an opportunity, but an opportunity was put down. Sri Lankan batters are very skillful, and they, I'm sure, will take full toll of this.
It's like open stance for Lahiru Udara. Pulls that one with a man in the deep, but won't get there. It'll go one bounce to the fence. So expensive over that. Umpire's signal will be important. He hasn't signaled it yet. It looks like a boundary, I'm not sure. Nevertheless, this will be an over which will be at least 9 if it's a boundary. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a boundary. Looks like a boundary.
Okay, boundary 4. So still a good over for the Sri Lankan A team. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 runs off the over. 9-4. 9 for nothing.
Mohammad Imran, junior right-arm medium, will be bowling from the far end. 49. They haven't got that ball back. Still looking for that ball. Well, meanwhile, I think the umpire is asking for a new one.
Sometimes, Sikander, when the ball goes underneath those portable stands, very difficult to crawl under. You can't crawl under and get it. They've got some shade cloth there protecting and an odd metal fence there, but when it goes underneath, here we are. Here's the drop catch. Very important. If you're only protecting 135, you've got to take those catches. You really do. So you can feel for the bowler. It was an off pace. Yeah, a lot of tape on his fingers. That seems to be a trend these days. A lot of cricketers have tapes. I can understand the knuckles on the inside of your palm, but fingers, a lot of tape. Have a look at that.
He went on with that jump. The timing of the jump was right. It's just the hands didn't play the role. Oh, that's a good shout. It's too full. Might be lucky. Thinking it's marginally outside leg. That was mighty close.
Well, did the swing save him? Let's have a look. Well done, Mohammad Imran Jr. Certainly, oh, pitched outside leg. That was missing anyway. Good decision. Pitched outside leg.
Yeah, pitching marginally outside leg would have missed. He's got that swing going into the right-hander against UAE as well. It's the ball which will do something for you in a couple of overs and then flattens out. Oh, nice delivery.
Yeah, that's better. That's bang on target. So very important that when it is swinging, you got to play straight. It's not a huge total you're chasing. Have a look at this. Lovely. And the batsman never moved his feet, which is very unusual, and just trying to throw their hands at it. I'm sure he'll learn from that. Well bowled, Mohammad Imran.
We showed a package some time back how the ball has been holding up in the surface, especially against the spinners. That would be something that Pakistan A would be looking at. Nice, nice looking shot, giving that charge, beats that short cover fielder. 2 more are eliminated from the chase. So there is opportunity for the spin bowlers, provided there is enough for them to defend with. If Sri Lanka goes off with a flying start in the power play, then things become very difficult for the spinners to contain anything, because then the batting side is right on top of you.
Well, that's right. There's never enough runs on the board when you're a spinner, but they've only got 135 to start with, and now it's down to the 120s.
He does get some pace going at times when he wants. Usually he's more of a change-up bowler, but the bounce that he gets from that good length is just quite amazing, because he has a very lazy run-up. He doesn't really charge in. Strong shoulders there.
Bouncy action. I mean, he's deceptive sometimes. And the ball comes out nicely out of the fingers. That means his rhythm's in place there. But when it comes out nicely, you get a bit more deceptive in pace. And that actually almost made some pace as it hit the wicket. Batsman needs to play straight.
Oh, you need a bit of luck, don't you? Both batter and bowler. This time it was on Yashoda's side, a boundary.
Well, Yashida's probably thinking, I've got another one of those to go to make even. Look at that, beautifully delivery. Cut him in half, but got enough of an inside edge to take it down. No fielders where that ball went. So he's not got it easy at the moment, Yashida. It's going to be a little bit of a battle here until he gets settled. When he gets his rhythm, and batsmen also need to be in rhythm, it's the feet work, it's the footwork that needs to be in place.
It's a good over from Imran, though it went for 6 runs, but it is 15 for no loss after 2. Shanawaz Dani, an opportunity was created in his first over, was put down. 5 fielders on the offside, 4 on the onside. Pace can be put away if you're a good batter. Almost hitting the ropes on the full, but oh yeah, it has been given a maximum. Nicely done through the line.
That was timing in that shot, and it was afforded the length in which to hit back past over him. Pretty close to the batsman, so it's a longish half volley, and there it is. Doesn't matter how good you are, how fast you are, if you start bowling lengths which are a little bit easier for the batsman, then you're going to go in this format. Well done, Lahiru.
Good positive start here by Sri Lanka A. They lost the toss today. Pakistan cashed out the power play, most of it, but then after that it's all been Sri Lanka A taking wickets, allowing only 135. Good short ball. Oh, he's been given a wide, though he's sitting down. That's a little strange. When you duck, usually you don't get a wide. He's on his knee.
And Dani is quick. I'd love to see the sideline angle. Sometimes umpires go to sleep, but not this time. He's really on his... well, because he ducked, it's very difficult to see, isn't it, and judge whether it was going over his head. So he's going to have to re-bowl that, sadly.
Shot. He can take that advantage because there are no men in the deep. It just dies out, rolling towards the rope. That's been the... Oh, they've come back for one more. Really, nothing's happening out here. This is a bit strange now. The captain of Pakistan A is protesting to the umpire. Maybe he's been blocked or what.
It's not going to happen. The rule is that if you get between the target and the relayed throw from the outfield, regardless of it hitting the stumps or not, you're out. But he had his back. Yeah, have a look at this. He had his back to it. He's nowhere near the stumps in his third run. Here we go. That's 1. That's 2. Now watch the non-striker. Here's his... Wow. Very difficult, but I would think common sense.
You'll have to see the side on. What is the claim? What is the protest from the fielding captain when the ball is being thrown at the wicket keeper? Is he looking at the ball coming at him? Has he used any part of his body or equipment to stop it? Once again having a look. So you keep an eye on how the non-striker, he comes back to the bowling end and turns around a little slowly and then realizes third is there. He's looking at the ball coming at him. He doesn't change the line in terms of running towards the striker's end, but then the ball has been stopped because of his body in the way.
It looked like he was taking evasive action, to be honest. You didn't want to be hit. However, the third umpire might see it differently. Have a look at this. He looks to take evasive action when he sees it's going to hit him. Here we go. He's looking over his shoulder. There we go. Oh, that's a difficult one.
It's hit him. I'm not talking about Udara trying to do it deliberately. It's quite a distance to cover for him to get to that crease. The appeal is for obstruction. Again, keep an eye on the batter on the right. He's looking at the throw coming in. He's not changed his line, but the body stops it. Now, it's entirely up to the television umpire what he feels about it. It's quite a bit of distance that he has to cover. He's given out for obstruction. So Sri Lanka A have lost that wicket. The umpire probably feels quite a bit of distance that had to be covered. Yashoda is nodding his head. We're pretty sure he feels he hasn't stopped it deliberately, but he was in the line of the throw with quite a distance to cover.
Yeah, and the other thing is that he was never interested in the third run anyway, until his partner wanted to take the third run. And sadly for Yashoda, who's a very good player, he has to go. 11 runs, and it's the first wicket down, 24 for 1.
Ahan comes out to bat at number 3 for Sri Lanka A. Ahan Vikramasinghe got a 50 to his name, average of 26, 120 strike rate. And their run rate at the moment, Sri Lanka, is above 10, so they're going great guns. They're trying to cover as much as possible in that power play. A slip is in position for the new batter as Yashoda has been given out, obstructing the field. And we're back to action now in the first semi-final, where Sri Lanka A needs 136 to win. Chasing a little wide one outside off. First ball up.
Okay, that seemed to have sparked the Pakistan team. Here we go again. We've seen this replayed a few times, but keep your eye on number 10, the batsman on the right-hand side. He's showing no interest to take that third run. That's the only thing I'd say. Here he goes, because his partner wanted it, and now he's a bit slow. To be honest with you, I thought maybe 2 was enough, the way the fieldsman ran down that shot. Never mind, that's finished now. They have to put it out of their minds and then keep going. There's enough skill in this team for them to get these 136.
Again, leg stump line. He'll have to pay for it because there's lots of space there. The field has been set on the offside by the captain.
So he's off the mark. Ahan, well done, son. They're looking to score a little partnership here. Very important for Sri Lankan point of view to get through the first power play without any more wickets.
Quite an eventful over this.
Interesting to say the least. But I think we'll all agree that Pakistan can only win this game if they get wickets. And they've got 1 so far. And Sri Lanka A have got a good opportunity to progress.
Picking up again. Will surely come back for two. Shanamas Dhani has just been bowling that leg stump line. Most of the runs, in fact, all the runs of his bowling have been gone on the leg side. 3 gone, 28 for 1.
जल्दी बता एक मिनट में ओवर करना है सेंटर लेग स्टंप लेफ्ट आर्म राउंड
Well, change in bowling. Dev, would you have continued with Imran Jr.? He bowled a good over. Well, spin straight away, trying to slow things down.
It certainly did. He looked like he was taking a wicket. The ball was moving nicely. So this is Lahiru, who's done very well. 12 runs in 5 balls. He comes from Panadura. He plays for Panadura, I think, which is a little country town on the coast. Fortune favours the brave. That's 4 runs all the way with an edge, but enough momentum on the swing of the bat that enable that to fly past the vacant first slip.
You'd expect that in the power play from the Sri Lanka A batters. They don't want to leave much for later. They want to go after the bowling, even if though they've lost a wicket. But that's probably the positive way of going. Just rattle the opposition a bit.
Oh, I got that wrong. Lahiru's from NCC, Nondescript Cricket Club. I'm sorry. I was reading the wrong one. I was reading Nimesh. Lahiru, well done, mate. You're 16 in 6. You're doing a good job.
Now a reverse. Wasn't really in good control of it, but there'll be runs. Minimum 2. You wouldn't mind that as a bowler when the batter is trying to play those cross-batted reverse sweeps and everything. Can probably create an opportunity, but Sri Lanka, I like the way they are moving towards this. Another 2.5 overs, they can afford to do that.
Yes, Sikandar, what I've seen today is a committed effort by Sri Lankans. They looked like they had a quiet inner confidence. They were fully focused, and they have an absolute definite match winner in the leg spinner. So all these boys have got skill, but the out-and-out match winner is Dushan, Hemanta, and he hasn't disappointed. He's leading wicket taker in this tournament, and what another great effort today.
Inside out, nicely done. Boundary to Lahiru Dara. Is gone all the way. Runs coming in. He's pulled a muscle with this body weight on that back leg while playing that shot.
Yeah, what is wrong with him? That's a lovely shot. It's a shot that we've seen a lot of players hit very well, particularly with the field in. There's a lot of vacant area down there. He's played very well, but I'm not sure what's wrong with him. He's not going to get a runner, that's for sure.
Slightly quicker on that occasion. They've got good runs in the over of Arafat Minas, his first, 13 of it. With a limping Lahiru Dara, they're 41 for 1.
Yes, ball, yes, ball.
41 for 1, going over 10 runs and over in the power play. Sri Lanka A. Next up in the men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup, India A take on Afghanistan A right here at 5:30 in the evening tonight.
Okay, I'm trying to see exactly. There's this cold spray, so that's some sort of a soft tissue injury, a bruise, and that's on the inside of the right leg. This could have been the ankle, or was there an impact? If it's cold spray, then you very much assume it's an impact injury. There we go. So he starts off okay, but then as he moves, he's restricted in his movement. So maybe that magical spray and a tape will make it better.
Yeah, Dab, the limp actually started when he played that inside-out shot for a 6. That's when he put all the weight on that back leg, and after playing that shot, he started feeling a bit of a niggle.
The socks are not matching the uniform, are they? Chocolate brown socks. You see all different colours. Shoes, socks. Here we are, 135 for 9. Doesn't appear to be enough on this surface in this game today, but Sri Lanka did so well at the moment. 41. Four wickets to Dushan. Again, he's the out-and-out match winner. A lot of other boys will chip in and bowl well. Nipun, 2 of them. Ahan, another 2. They both had good tournaments. Here's the selection of the wickets.
So, Imanta here, he's been so good, and this pitch must be his favourite. He got 6 against Afghanistan on the same strip, and then he's got another lovely 4 wickets today. Total of 13, and out of the 14 wickets, his 13 are on this pitch. Someone to look out for.
And he's going to ask the head groundsman, Anuptan, can you please give us the same pitch if they went on Sunday?
Bowler change. Left arm over to you.
I think the more to do with the lengths that he's been bowling and the confidence level that he has, though he comes in pretty late to bowl for Sri Lanka at 30 in the 14th over, but then he cashes out. What he does well is that he doesn't allow the opposition to use that long handle, start hitting out. So those 4 overs of his are very important in that stage of the game. Play and a miss now. Imran Jr. has changed of end. He bowled a none for 6 in the previous over.
Here's the replay of Imran. Well bowled, son. Very good effort. And the batsman is still a little in discomfort. He's got to put bat on ball. I'm sure with every run that he gets, that pain will reduce.
Oh, he's done what Harris would love to see from his bat. It's gone all the way for a maximum, knowing that Imran is bowling across the line. He's just going to bowl outside off stump. He knows that he's a little safe in that order, and he's played that shot with no problems with the ankle.
Wow, that is a very, very confident player to play that sort of shot. You're playing a good bowler at the moment. He's in rhythm, but Lahiri is equal to it. Now he's into 31, just 12 deliveries.
Yeah, Sri Lanka surely looks like a better side today. Off the 2. Wide given. Well, Yashoda was having his treatment done. Not Yashoda, mind you, Lahiri Udara. Pakistan team got into a huddle to have a discussion where they want to go. Look at that shot. Just scooping that for a maximum. The pace allowed that. Just bat on it. And boom. Now the 3rd is in, and there's a man protecting the point boundary. Oh, a run-out chance. Directed, no, he's messed it completely, the captain. Couldn't get that glove off in time. Just couldn't get the hold of the ball. Nothing's going right for the fielding side, I tell you.
What, Ahan, what are you doing to Lahiri? He's a little bit of discomfort in his leg. He's not being able to move that quickly. And have a look at this. He doesn't want it, but he has to go. And the keeper just missed it. Gee, when it never rains, it pours, doesn't it?
It could have been an opportunity here. Oh, nice change up. He didn't really read that, Ahan. Just one short of a 50. Sri Lanka A in this all-important semi-final. They've reduced the required to 5.6. Got the game right where they want it to be. Pakistan A, to get back into the game, they'll need at least 2 wickets. Back-to-back wickets.
Plus more. Asking right now is only just over 5.5 and over. But that was really good execution of skills, Imran Jr., with that off-break, off-pace delivery.
.50 up with that single for Sri Lanka A. In the 5th over. 50 for 1 with 1 ball to go in the 5th over. Chances do come. It's all about you availing them. That's the first one in the very first over. Dropped at mid-off by Haider Ali. And then this was a sure run-out chance here, but the captain just couldn't grab onto the ball. The non-striker was nowhere. Oh, leg stump picked up and over the fielder at deep square for another maximum. It is really top gear stuff for Sri Lanka A. 56 for 1 after 5.
That says it is 50 for Sri Lanka. 56 for the loss of 1.
It's all looking very easy at the moment for Sri Lanka. 56 for 1. They need 90 deliveries. They're asking rate inside 5.5 and they have 9 wickets in hand. Prize of catch it wide of the field at covers. Everything going Sri Lanka's way at the moment. And they'll race away for a 4 as well. Qasim Akram with that effort, but he'll not be able to cut it off. Another boundary, and that look on Mohammad Harris's face tells the story. Very good afternoon to Salman Butt as well.
Good afternoon, Mikhail. And another boundary to the Sri Lankan side, who pretty much are on track to win this one, unless a miraculous bowling performance comes up from some bowlers from the Pakistan side. At the moment, it's all Sri Lanka, as this one has been swept over the infield and will be another boundary. And Sri Lanka inside the power play have already made 64 runs for the loss of 1 wicket, and Lahiru, Ahan both looking in full authority.
Well, the last 3 deliveries across 2 overs have yielded 14 runs, a 6 of the last ball of the previous over, 2 boundaries to begin with in this of Arafat. And this partnership now worth 40 in only 18 deliveries. Goes out for the reverse. Much better. And that's the big man, Shanwaz Dhani, putting in the dive.
Good effort there from Dhani, and this is the sweep that was played over the infield, knowing that the square leg and the fine leg fielder are both in the circle. He went aerial above them and successfully adds a boundary to the total. It's been surprising to see the Pakistan pacers very reluctant to use change of pace. We saw earlier with the new ball Sri Lankan fast bowlers, in the first couple of overs, they were getting turn off the pitch by bowling cutters. Once again, reverse swept, this time much quicker to Dhani. This is a rare dot delivery. Already 10 runs in the over, 2 boundaries, 2 singles. As Once again, a quick single this time. Not much working for Pakistan in the first power play, which is now complete, and Sri Lanka are 67 for 1.
Powerplay in favor of Sri Lanka, 67 for the loss of 1.
And a target of 136 for Sri Lanka to be the first team in the finals. And they're well on their way with 67 for 1. A great result for them in the first power play. First 6 overs yielding them 67 runs and only the loss of 1 wicket. Lahiru 39 of 15, Ahan 15 of 11, and Yashoda with that unfortunate dismissal of obstructing the field. And here is the power play for you, and there was a chance. Hyder Ali the culprit on this occasion, and then from there onwards it was all Sri Lanka playing good shots of a length, playing towards the onside, playing over the infield and making use of all the scoring options that were available. And this is on your screens now, the obstructing the field dismissal for Yashoda.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that once again, but it certainly belonged to Sri Lanka, this power play. Picks the length early, has he found the fielder, goes over him. Nothing going Pakistan's way at the moment. They're allowing the ball to go past them, go over them, and runs are just continuing to flow from the bat of Sri Lanka.
Absolutely poor judgment this by the fielder at deep mid wicket. Instead of staying in his ground, he started moving towards the ball, and in the end, which should have been a straightforward take, has flown over him for a boundary. And the bowler, well, obviously the disappointment that he's showing, given by the umpire, it's confirmed it's a boundary. Yasir Khan was the fielder on that occasion, misjudging.
There's not much a bowler can do, Salman, if your fielders are not backing you when you're defending 135. You created an opportunity in the very first over, but the power play is something that will boost Sri Lanka. We'll take a look at how they just went about playing their power play. 67 for 1, and it's been Lahiru Udara who's been brilliant on display today, and joining forces with him has been Vikramasinghe. Back line.
Yes, Sri Lanka in this tournament, they have been building up momentum every game, getting better from the previous one. If you have a look at their growth in this tournament, the trend has been upward throughout. And today they look more complete than the previous outings that we've seen from them. The bowlers have bowled well, they've taken their catches, and now today is their best power play, with their batters showing great control and authority, with 74 on the board already, and we are into the 7th over.
And what I like about this Sri Lankan outfit is that the manner in which they have gone about their business today, usually it's the captain who comes in at number 3. He sent Ahan. You got to come with a little bit of strategy planning. Just like how Mohammad Haris dropped down to number 3 for Pakistan, the captain of Sri Lanka has now decided to drop himself as well in this chase, sending in Ahan, who's batted well for 21.
Yes, and the partnership has been building up. Already 51 they've put up together of 27 deliveries, which tells you that they are in complete control of the game out there. And now they are in no hurry because they've got things under control. With this single, 7 overs are complete, and Sri Lanka are 76 for 1.
Made full use, optimum use of the power play. Look at the Manhattans very early in their innings, and that's the kind of dominance they've had. They've lost a wicket, but they've not changed their approach. Their plan is simple: knock off as many runs in the first 6.
Yes, very clear the approach. And there is a reverse sweep. Will this go over? Yes, it will. And the fielder trying to make the effort, didn't get a hand to it.
Everything going Sri Lanka's way. Just the right time to head across by the sidelines. Head coach of Sri Lanka, Avishka Gunawardene, joining us. Right, Avishka, good afternoon. Can you hear us loud and clear?
Yep, good afternoon.
Yeah, firstly, things looking good at the moment for Sri Lanka. Your thoughts on the way you all bowled and in the chase right now?
Yep, it's been good. I mean, I thought guys bowled really well in the first half. That's where we started dominating it. And the wicket looked like it improved.
Right, just a quick question on your number 3 as well. Usually we see a captain coming out. Ahan comes in. What's the plan behind it?
Just to change a bit of tactics. I mean, Ahan has been batting well at the nets, and we have not been using him much. So I thought, as a change of tactics, just to send him up in the order and see how he goes. And seems like he's doing well at the moment.
Right, good comeback here in the tournament after dropping the first game, Avishka.
Yeah, I thought there were few things that we needed to patch up after the first game. But the best thing is, I mean, they've been improving every game, and so far, this has been the best performance in the tournament.
You dropped as many as 9 catches in that first outing of yours. What was the talk after that? Because we have seen a completely different outfit on display.
Yeah, I mean, the preparation back home, we had like three weeks of monsoon rains, and we haven't had any outdoor training since before we came here. I said that probably might be one of the reasons, but then after a couple of training sessions, guys came back.
Right, Avishka, thank you so very much for your time. Things looking good at the moment, and I'm sure you'll want to keep that smile on the face till the very end of this chase as well.
Yep, hopefully. Thank you very much.
Right. Head coach of Sri Lanka in conversation with us. 8 done, it's 81 for 1. Sri Lanka need 55 from 72 deliveries, 9 wickets in hand, and their asking rate. Oh, as I say that, this one's been deposited over, long gone. What a shot by Ahan, what a promotion in the batting order, what a move by Sri Lanka. It's all looking good at the moment. They're getting very close to making it into the finals as well in this edition.
Without a doubt, Ahan has come in and taken the bull by the horns, striking wonderfully well. Just have a look at this, down on one knee, and swing of the bat was beautiful. Good timing on the stroke. The interesting part is that the Pakistan spinners have been bowling quicker. They haven't given the ball any sort of air or looked to turn the ball. They have been very flat in trajectory, whereas compared to the other side, the Sri Lankan bowlers were much slower in the air, and they extracted much more turn of the pitch, and that is where the two sides have differed in terms of spinners.
Once again goes over, but has he found the fielder? This time it's been pouched in the deep. And for the first time we've seen the ball been getting some air. Salman has been talking, give it loop, give it air, and finally it induces the wicket.
Yes, this is the first time that he's tossed the ball up in the air a bit, and straight away he picks up the wicket, and Abdul Samad catches one right at the boundary line. And Sri Lanka lose their second wicket, and it's Lahiru who has to go after scoring 43 of 20. A very impactful knock, which comes to an end with Sri Lanka 88 for 2.
Sir. Baru mereka yang parah. Dani. Dani. Last time. Three to come left.
Sri Lanka captain walks out, comes in at number 4. His usual designated position, number 3. He's given that to Ahan, who's looked very good at the other end. Still looking very easy for Sri Lanka, but Pakistan could certainly be looking for an opening over here. Sufyan amongst wickets, slip in place. 48 in 69. That's the equation.
Well ball. Ajo header single pe na yaar.
Off the mark is the captain of Sri Lanka.
Certainly, Pakistan's only way back is picking up wickets, and that too back-to-back. This was the other one, just bowled a touch slower. And this time, Lahiru holding out on the boundary. He'll be rowing himself. They required less than run a ball. No urgency was required. He wanted to carry on the momentum as this one has been swept. Good running that. Wonderful running. The Pakistan captain is disappointed with the fielder. But credit to the batters. They've been wonderful while running between the wickets.
Oh, they've done the hard yards. We talk about the boundaries, the 6s, the 4s. This is the 8th time they've run for the second run. Just goes to show how much of rotation in the middle they've done.
Yeah.
Look at that for some turn. Very lucky the batter as well. Didn't read that. But they'll manage to get another run over here. 12 runs coming off this over, 9 done. It's 93 for 2. Batting first, Pakistan managed only 135 for 9. Just the one batter who stood tall for them, Omair. But look at the bowling attack there. Dushan, Nipun, Ishan, all amongst wickets, and in the chase, Lahiru opening the innings, got 43. Ahan, promotion in the batting, is batting on 36. And Yashoda was given out, obstructing the field. They need 43 in 66. They're asking rate under 4 at this stage, and they have 8 wickets in hand. Everything going one way at the moment. They need magic. And can Abbas Afridi do that?
Yes, certainly there has been different intensity from Sri Lanka in this game. If you have a look at their running between the wickets, talk about intent, it's not always with the bat. There is so many other ways you can show your intent, and Sri Lanka's urgency between the wickets has been telling today. 8 times they have already taken 2 runs innings, and if you have a look and compare it to the Pakistan innings, often you would see the batters running the first run very easily, whereas Sri Lanka's first has been urgent, looking for the 2, putting pressure on the fielders.
It's a very good observation there, Salman. Certainly you want the boys to be very, very alert in the middle. What an innings Ahan is playing in the middle. 36 in 23. And his nickname is Sanchi, an all-time favourite cricketer. Not surprised they're Virat Kohli. And if not a cricketer, then what? Rugby player. Salman, then what when it was you, if not a cricketer?
I never thought about anything else. So I left myself with no choice. Beats the outside edge this time.
Sometimes think that cricketers come with plan B as well. What if? But there are so many cricketers that say, this is all I want, to be a cricketer.
Well, ball carrying on a good height. But whenever the pace has been offered to the batters, it's been much easier for them. And plan B was, if you fail, keep trying.
And don't think that run was on. Ahan committed into that shot, being on the back foot, and then had to set off for that run. Shy of the stumps at the bowler's end. That could have been close.
Yes, the batter, the striker, was on the back foot when he struck that ball, and the ball was bouncing at a good height towards the fielder. And there was no need for this risky run, but he's lucky to have survived. Required run rate is less than 4. The Pakistan dugout, the coaches, I'm sure they'll have a thing or two to say to their boys who could have done far better because they had the ability, but they've just made wrong choices at the crease, not followed the run of play. In fact, they've tried things which you shouldn't have at particular times. Nonetheless, credit to the Sri Lankan bowlers, the way they operated, how they bowled. Their fielders looked great. They took all their chances, the captain making the right choices, and the bowlers responding. And now the batters, 96 inside the first half. So over bowled halfway through, and Sri Lanka 96 for 2.
It's been a thorough effort so far by Sri Lanka A. And in hot pursuit of 135, they came out with some very fine execution. Yashoda, Lanka and Lahiru started off with a plan, and that was to knock off as many in the first 6 overs. And they did that as well. Audacious hit, and then Yashoda Lanka was out obstructing the field, and that was the first wicket that fell. 24-run partnership coming to an end, and after that it was no looking back as Ahan Vikramasinghe joined forces with Lahiru Udara to put on the runs in the middle. They played with a great plan in the middle, picked their spots, used their feet very well, absorbed pressure, and were held by some ordinary fielding and bowling as well in the middle. Shot selection was impeccable.
Yes, they've been fantastic with their executions, and this was the last wicket to fall, and just one of those rare deliveries where a Pakistan bowler gave the ball some air. And at the moment, Sri Lanka are in control. The required run rate is 4.
Well, breathtaking scenes when you come to this part of the world. Huge landscapes, beautiful scenic mountains, and heritage and tradition to follow as well. An absolute delight for any tourist coming to this part of the world, the Sultanate of Oman. And right in the epicenter of the Oman Cricket Academy is where the 6th edition of the Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2024 is taking center stage. This is semi-final 1. And at the moment, Sri Lanka are looking very good to progress into the big finals as well. Everything has panned out their way this evening. But go nowhere. That's because we have something very special lined up and loading this evening as well at the very same venue. And that is India A taking on Afghanistan A in semi-final number 2. And to catch all the action of this wonderful tournament and Asian cricket, you quite certainly can tune into Asian cricket as well. That's how you can do it, tuning into the Asian Cricket Council. Just scan your QR codes from your iOS and Android phones. Follow us on Instagram as well at Asian Cricket Council. Get all updates on your favorite players, live matches and all of it. Sri Lanka A versus Pakistan A. Right now the semi-final 1 is underway, and looks like Sri Lanka A look the better side to be progressing into the final. Meanwhile, semi-final 2 just about to dish out in a short while from now. India A taking on Afghanistan A. It's going to be the 27th October is when the summit clash will take center stage at this venue. That's how these teams have battled it out in this edition of the Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2024. Very good evening, Sikandar Bhakt.
Thank you, Mikhail. Good evening to you. Nuwanidu, captain of Sri Lanka A, on strike. 96. So need 40 of 60. It's now or never.
1-1.
It's been a great positive start from Sri Lanka A with the bat. In fact, if you ask me, from Pakistan's power play, when they were batting, they took over from there and then kept coming at the opposition. How did that miss the stumps? How did that miss the stumps? Nothing going Pakistan's way.
Clearly, Pakistan's not searching for skill at this stage. They're searching for luck. Would you believe it? Sufyan Muqeeb has this tendency to play with the mind of the batter because of the release point as well. Sometimes comes close to the stumps and sometimes doesn't.
Pakistan A in their batting lost 6 wickets for 44. Can Sri Lanka A do that? No, way outside leg. Way outside leg. There are runs here.
Very surprised by the shot selection there. It's a very subdued score to get 8 wickets in hand.
It's called a release shot. When you get beaten a couple of deliveries outside of, you just try to do something to get it away with the bat. Not enough runs for the bowlers.
1-1-1. Bowler and wicket ke paas ho.
100 comes up. Sri Lanka A get there comfortably with 8 wickets in hand.
100, Sri Lanka A. Yeah, lots of people here in Oman will be waiting for that India-Pakistan final. It doesn't seem like it. Got a better side is looking to cross that finishing line before the bowling side does.
1-1.
That's the clever way of doing it. Just push the ball around. They don't need any big hits or heroics here. 35 or 54, that's easy. 101 for 2.
101 for 2 in 11 overs. Sri Lanka A at the moment cruising towards the grand finale. Now the ACC's strategic focus on associate nations, it's one to take notice because one of the ACC's key mission is to raise the standard of cricket in associate member countries. And that's what they do with tournaments of this kind. Oh, beautiful shot. Nuwanidu knew there is a long on lurking, but he also knew he can get it for 4 because he's so good with control.
Fallen on the legs. The tall man, Nuwanido, just flicks it nicely in the vacant zone for a couple of runs. In fact, it's just gone for 4. 31 now, or 53. The equation now completely has tilted in favor of Sri Lanka in this semi-final.
Oh, there has to be something on it. That's exactly why both the bowler and the keeper went up in appeal. A wicket has come by. Abbas has done what was asked of him. Captain Nuwadidu is replaying that shot in his mind, and this time he's not even touching, he's letting it go.
Well, they've got to do that 7 more times if they want to win this. Wide outside off and trying to cut that one, getting that faint edge. And a wicket for Abbas Afridi. 3 down now for 105 in the 12th over. Captain of Sri Lanka A departs with a score of 9 to his name, 105 for 3.
Middle. Coming around to you.
76 matches, 961 runs for Sahan Arachige. Highest of 66 unconquered. 28 years of age. 2 half centuries already under his belt. Right now he needs to play the guiding game. Can he guide his team home? Ahan's at the other end. Someone who's batted with before. Invited with a brilliant delivery from Abbas. That angle's making him play. A little tentative first ball.
shapes away off the surface, pitches and straightens up a little, beating that outside edge. Pakistan will try to make these 31 runs as difficult as possible. Got to attack more, especially with a new batter in. Got to bring in more men around, keep him on strike as much as possible. The required run rate is irrelevant right now. It's just about taking wickets.
Very surprised that Sahan, who was very tentative with the first ball, didn't have a slip in place. Abbas could have asked for it too. Captain, slip please. Now Sahan and Ahan have done it before for Sri Lanka A. They would believe they're one partnership away from getting there. Very well played, will get too easily. The conviction with which he hit that shot and started to run was good to see.
That's Numanidu Fernando, way outside off, saw the weight, eyes lit up, went ahead with the shot and didn't quite get it on the bat, just an edge. Now it's just about taking wickets, having the men in the hot spots. And good to see the captain still trying to make his players believe you're still in it.
Again running the first one hard to challenge the fielders. One for the shot and one for the throw. Well done. 8 runs come off this over despite a wicket. 12 gone, 109 for 3. And that's what's lined up for you at 17:30 hours, live from Oman Cricket Academy. Tilak Verma's India A versus Darvish Rasuli's Afghanistan A, the big semi-final too. Dahani. Dahani would ideally like more cushion. Right now he has one of 25 runs. It'll be very interesting to see how Sahan and Ahan deal with Dahani, because this roll of dice can prove to be fruitful for Pakistan, because Dahani has been a match winner before. The running between the wickets has been excellent, and that's also because he hit the shot. He knew how hard he's hit it, calculated that he can come back for 2.
You just go back in the tournament in Pakistan A would feel the captain, apart from one knock, didn't really work out with the bat. Abdul Samad, their power hitter, apart from the game against India, didn't quite get any runs. Haider Ali was not really there. His number was shuffled, but at the same time it's just not showing any part of form apart from that game day before yesterday. It's been reliance on Arafat Minhas, Qasim Akram, today Omair bin Yusuf. Apart from that India game, then you had fairly lesser oppositions. Oman and UAE felt that you just roll them over. When you come bigger oppositions, you got to bring your A game.
Dahani gives him a wry smile. Sahan returns the favor. Oh, there was a battle within a battle. It's just that the batting side is looking for a comfortable single and will not be questioned, whereas Dahani is looking to bowl at one particular batter as much as possible. Remember, Pakistan A in their entire innings ran only 5 twos, whereas Sri Lanka A have ran 11 twos already. Yes, only one team understood the dimensions of the ground really well. From the bottom edge of the bat. Bottom of the bat, rather. Dahani was prepared for the catch in his follow-through.
Went through with that shot a little early. Was slower in pace, just got the toe end of the bat. Nelson on the board.
A little bit uppish, but still knew exactly what he was doing. Dahani's got to do something special here because batters are not coming after him. The way you prepare for a T20 game is that as a bowler, you know the batters are coming after you. It's not the case here. 1-0, 1-0, 1 this over so far. Binary digits are doing the trick. Oh, got into a good position to play that shot. Really well fielded because that ball was going towards the fence. Heather will do the clean-up work. 2 runs taken meanwhile. 5 of this over. 114 for 3.
113 for the loss of 3 Sri Lanka. Just 23 more runs.
Draw to the semi-final, Sri Lanka A. They've seen both sides of the spectrum. They were tested against Afghanistan A the moment they landed here at Oman. Lost by 11 runs, and after that, Hong Kong, China and Bangladesh A. They had answers for them. Won by 42 runs and then 19 runs respectively. Ooh, didn't read the one from the back of the hand, Sufyan. Really well done.
Tall man Ahan. Just doesn't get back to it, just kept very, very low. 22 more to win.
Be very interested to see the field change that Haris would want for a new batter in.
That's the back of the hand you were talking about. It just goes the other way, away from the right-hander. Left arm wrist spinner.
This was quicker.
Good pick up and throw from Abbas Afridi, hitting the non-strikers end. But the batter was in comfortably, just in. He planted his bat, nobody appealed for it. Really, he didn't drag his bat in, he planted it. Yeah. That's not the ideal way of completing a run by planting the bat. Should slide it in. Look at this, bringing it down just inside the crease. Wow, in the last moment.
Survives that direct hit this time around, Sahan. And I'm very sure the coach would have noted. are getting a little predictable there, Sufyan, with his lengths as well. An easy singles available on the leg side. Would Ahan choose to do that? Not in great control, but in the gap.
Lots to learn from this for Pakistan A, coming into the semi-final, and the performance which has not been 100%, not up to the expectation. This has almost become a one-sided affair after they got to, let's say, 80 or 90 runs in no time. They were scoring 10 runs and over in the first 10 overs. 117 for 3.
1936 with 7 wickets in hand.
Toss went Pakistan A's way. They said we were going to bat first. 135 for 9 in their allotted 20 overs. At one stage they looked good for 150 plus 160 even. Omair's departure meant trouble for Pakistan A. Sri Lanka A in reply, 14 gone, 117 for 3. Inching closer towards that grand finale. The route they choose to score those next 18 runs as well can be done in singles, and that's exactly what both these batters were discussing in between the overs.
Just 2 wickets for Sufyan and Abbas, 1 each, and then one was a dismissal given and obstructing the field. The rest of them have gone for runs.
Moved outside off to make that shot easier for him. Was expecting that line. Yeah, one thing's very clear. Sri Lanka A looking for low-risk shots, and that's exactly what Abbas has got to stir up some magic to induce a mistake from the batter. Would that be change in pace? Would that do the trick? At this stage, I do not see a slip in place, and of course, because the ball's not moving much. But that's an option for Ahan as he opens the face of the bat. Oh, it's gone straight down the ground. Samad will ensure it's a single. Oh, that's a good throwing arm.
Yeah, Samad, another batter who couldn't get runs. 2 ducks in 3 games. Yeah, as straight as you like. Gun barrel straight. Nicely elevating that, knowing there won't be any fielders there.
He's got to be careful of not pitching it short, because with the wind he'll hit it on the leg side, otherwise the left-hander. There's no protection on the leg side in front or in deep mid-wicket region. Ahan loves to play that shot too.
He got the right say at the toss of the coin, wanted to bat first, and that probably was the right thing to do. Good pitch to bat on in a knockout game, have runs on the board, but they didn't really manage to post the desired runs that they should have. And they are the side who scored the maximum runs in the tournament, 185, then 180 something.
An easy single, chipping away 1 from that target.
There will all be a discussion about the 11 that Pakistan A played through the tournament, the 15 that they had available. and then the approach with the bat, especially the bowlers, of course, will be under the pump in a T20 format. They've done well in different like flashes of brilliance, but the batters have not been consistent. As I mentioned, the captain throwing his wicket away a couple of times. Abdul Samad not working out. Haider Ali off form. When you have more than 3 batters not doing what they're supposed to in the top order, then you're surely dependent on the remaining 2 who'll have to do all the work. 15 gone, 122 for 3.
14 required in 30 deliveries with 7 wickets in hand.
Scan the QR codes and download the ACC app right away. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram as well. Get a lowdown on all the action around Asian cricket and your teams and favorite players as well. Sri Lanka need 14 from 30. 7 wickets in hand. Qasim Akram comes on to bowl. Looks like it's just formalities left now, as the inevitable is written on the wall. It's the right time to also say hello and welcome to Salman Butt.
Thank you, Mikhail. It's been all Sri Lanka. 122 for 3, required less than run and over in the last 5. And there goes 4 out of the way with this hit over mid-wicket. Dropping short, and the batsman Ahan, who has been wonderful today, he's been promoted up the order. And we heard Vishka Gunawardena say that he's been playing well in the practice sessions. And he certainly has proven that he was in form. And this one has been turned on the offside for another single. So he gets to 49, or is it 50? It is 50 for him, and this is his second 50 in the T20s. And what a time to get it. Promoted up the order in the semi-final, and Sri Lanka's trends have been upwards throughout this tournament.
Oh yes, he's shown a lot of hunger for runs, great application, great crease occupation as well. Brings up his second T20 50 in a semi-final, in a winning cause. Well played, young man. That'll be another run, so things getting easier here for Sri Lanka in this chase. And just look back at the semi-final one, Salman, and you can fairly say that, take a look at that 50 moment as well for the youngster. His second T20 50, the dugout standing and applauding that effort, and how well has he played.
Deserves all the appreciation. Has shown a great temperament in a big game. Come in and from the word go. He's been scoring runs, playing good strokes, running well between the wickets. The intensity of the Sri Lankan side has been very commendable. They've bowled well, caught well, run well, and they are closing in on a final berth over here. 7 runs to get, or 26 deliveries shouldn't be a problem. Once again, an easy run, and only a hit away from being the first team to get to the finals of the emerging Asia Cup T20 2024.
Yeah, complete effort, thorough performance. They've just got everything right this afternoon. Stabs it towards square leg, another single. 9 runs of this over. It's 131 for 3 with Sri Lanka needing 5 and 24. Another big match loading at the Oman Cricket Academy. Semi-final 2, India A versus Afghanistan A, coming up next. And one of these teams will be playing on 27th as Imran Jr. comes on to bowl.
Good start that, looking to bowl one quick one in the block hole. Well dug out by Sahan as Ahan comes back on strike with a boundary now required. And how Ahan went about his business is here on your screens. Going down on the knee, playing it over the leg side, then playing through the covers and evading the fielders on almost all occasions, as this one was misjudged on the boundary. And this will be just one only. I thought this one will get to the boundary, but the fielder was there. So Ahan just continued, came in and produced a goods from the ball one. Anything short, anything loose was shown its way to the boundary. Magnificent 52 runs, a very controlled knock. This will surely end it, and Sri Lanka are through and are the first team in this emerging teams Asia Cup T20 finals. Now they will wait that who is their finalist. Look at that dugout, happy scenes over there, and the crowd, they must be enjoying. They've come in this heat and supported their team, and players shaking hands now. Great stuff from the Sri Lankan side.
It's been a complete performance by Sri Lanka, an emphatic win. They're in the finals of the 6th edition of the Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2024, and they've done it in supreme style. They win by 7 wickets and quite a few overs to spare as well. It's the bowlers who first went and got the job done, and in the chase, led by Ahan Vikramasinghe's 50, they have steamrolled Pakistan in semi-final 1 at the Oman Cricket Academy. Elation for Sri Lanka A, dejection for Pakistan A. But that's how the sport is. Mohammad Haris walks back with Sahan, but he'll very well be aware that they had their chances as well very early in this innings. They've played some good cricket here, the men in green. Dropped the first game against India, came back to win the remaining league games, but then they faltered and lost to Sri Lanka A in the big semis. Mohammad Haris and his boys.
Well, yes, they have a lot to reflect upon. They had their chances, they had a decent start, but it was all messed up due to some poor shot making in the middle and a regular loss of wickets. The Pakistan innings never really got going. Just from the one end, Omair bin Yusuf was having a great time. On the other end, it was wickets falling on regular intervals. As the teams shake hands and congratulate each other, especially the Sri Lankan side, they deserved every bit of this victory. And this is their batting card. 43 to Lahiru and Ahan 52 were the main run getters. Sahan coming in towards the end, scoring 17 of 16 and completing an easy wicket and a win by 7 runs over Pakistan.
Oh yes, a 7-wicket win with 21 deliveries to spare. Dominant performance here by Sri Lanka A as they win semi-final 1 in emphatic, convincing style. They've outplayed and outclassed their opponents. Well, Pakistan A tried everything they had, but nothing really worked for them, and with 2 wickets to the bowlers and 1 courtesy run out, they were never in the contest, defending 135. And safe to say it was the batting effort in the chase by Sri Lanka, led by Ahan Vikramasinghe, that stole the show. And this is the winning moment here for Sri Lanka A. That shot taking them into the 6th edition final, and very, very happy scenes in the dugout here for Sri Lanka A. They've been the best side on display this afternoon.
Indeed, they have been, and they've been well supported by a very, very jubilant crowd over there. This is Dhani shaking hands with the batters, and they know that they couldn't grab their chances earlier on, and now Sri Lanka are the first team in the finals, and the next game between India and Afghanistan, whoever wins will meet Sri Lanka. And this is the match summary. Pakistan A, after opting to bat first, only managing 135 for 9 of their 20 overs. Omair bin Yusuf, the only batter, getting through with 68 runs. The rest, only 2 batters managed to get into the double figures. Sri Lanka on the other side, chasing it down pretty easily. 137 for 3 with 21 balls to spare.
So Sri Lanka it is who stormed into the finals in this edition of the Emerging Teams Asia Cup. And you can see their name as well. They'll be playing one of the winners between India A and Afghanistan A, which will be playing a match later in the evening. They have booked their spot on the 27th of October by dismantling Pakistan A earlier in the day. It's been a complete effort by them, and quite certainly we'll have to look forward to what happens in the presentation as well on the other side of a short break. This will be his third player of the match, right? Other night 3 for 23. I think it's his third if I'm not wrong. 6 for 23 में सदी को लो था? Yeah, headline this evening from the Oman Cricket Academy: Sri Lanka A have stormed into the final. What a batting effort there. 43 by Lahiru, unbeaten 52 by Ahan, and they steamrolled Pakistan A to go over and get to those winning moments of theirs as well.
Yes, if you've just tuned in, this is what Sri Lanka have done to Pakistan. They have absolutely hammered them. They came in, started off very positively, playing the strokes, showing great intensity in running between the wickets. Well, this was the obstructing the field run out. Lahiru and Yashoda were there, and then came Lahiru, just went on along with Ahan, who was promoted in the order, and we saw shots all around the wicket, through covers, lap shots, sweep shots, all played to perfection and executed brilliantly. And then a few errors in the field, misjudging the catches, and allowing more freedom to the batters. They just kept going unless this happened. This was caught by Abdul Samad, and the captain came in, and elegant as he is, scored one boundary. Then he had to leave, edging one to the keeper, and in the end it was easy work for the batters to follow, with Ahan getting to his 50, and players congratulating each other after Sri Lanka winning this game very dominatingly.
Yeah, Pakistan tried everything they had in their bowling armoury. As many as 6 bowlers used, a wicket apiece for Sufyan and Abbas, and one courtesy obstructing the field as well. But it all went Sri Lanka's way. A confirmation: Sri Lanka win by 7 wickets and 21 deliveries to spare, and they storm into the final of the 6th edition of the Emerging Teams Asia Cup. Ahan was brilliant. It's time to head across to the presentation area as well, as Sikandar is standing by. Let's see who walks away with the honours.
Thank you so much, and welcome to the post-match presentation of the first semi-final, where Sri Lanka A, wouldn't be wrong to say, outplayed Pakistan A in this encounter and have proceeded to the finals, which will be day after tomorrow. So congratulations to Sri Lanka A. Now, to introduce our guest to my left, Mr. Prakash Bhatt, who's joined us to give away the awards. Thank you so much for being here. And to bring in the first captain, Pakistan A's captain on the losing side today, we'll have a word. It's not just the day that you like to remember. What's the main reason you feel that the side didn't provide a fight also?
I think the game awareness, and plus we didn't capitalize on the partnership. We're giving away back-to-back wickets, so that's the reason.
Halfway through, 136 to win. How much did you believe that this is still gettable on the pitch outside?
Well, the wicket was spinning in first inning, so we thought that it's a good score here, but we didn't capitalize on bowl well, especially the spinner. They're bowling fast, so it's part of game, but we thought it's good score.
You mentioned game awareness in this match. Overall, when you look at the tournament for Pakistani as a captain, what are the areas that you feel you want to correct before you enter in a next tournament or a next game for anyone?
Similar game awareness, and plus how to play in pressure situation. It's very important because you have to step up in the pressure situation. You see the collapse in the fielding and the batting. Everything was happening wrong in our side.
Well, anyway, hard luck and well played in the tournament throughout. Wasn't just your day today, but thanks for joining us over here.
Thank you. Thank you.
The captain of Pakistan, that's Haris. Now we'll call on Navanidu Fernando, the captain of Sri Lanka, a happy man who proceeded to the final. Have a word with us. Super day out there. I mean, chasing 135 could be tricky at times. It's not a huge total, not a low total. What was the plan halfway through when you came out to bat?
We don't go long. In the power play, we trying to get 50 or 45 runs, and we Lahiruddar and Ahan Wickramasinghe done really well. After that, it was easily.
It's great to see different players putting their hands up, especially how Hemantha bowled earlier on the same pitch against Afghanistan, and then today it's been brilliant. 13, 14 wickets to his name.
Yeah, he was done really well throughout the tournament. I think he don't do long. He's trying to bowl like good balls, and after he bowled well.
You lost that first game in the tournament. Since then, has been victories all around you. What do you think is that one thing that produced that turnaround and the self-belief is there in the boys?
After we lost, we had small plans, and we go through that.
Now all set for day after tomorrow, which is against, of course, either Afghanistan A or India A. Crowd is very supportive. Now you can tell them one more day.
Yeah, I talk in Sinhala. ගොඩක් ස්තුතියි ඒ ක්‍රවුඩ් එක අපිට සපෝට් කරාට බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා අවසාන මහ තරඟෙදිත් ඇවිල්ලා මේ වගේ අපිට සපෝට් කරයි කියලා.
Well played today, you and your team. Congratulations. Enjoy the win, and we'll see you day after tomorrow.
Thank you.
That's the captain Fernando of Sri Lanka A. Now to announce the player of the match, we'll first take his award from Mr. Prakash Bhatt. That is, of course, Dushan Hemantha for his 4 wickets today. His leg spin was absolutely unplayable. He was brilliant throughout the game and taking the game away from the opposition. Hemantha will have a word with us. Hemantha, I think 13 wickets on this pitch, 6 against Afghanistan and 4 today. What is the key that is really working?
Actually, I'm enjoying bowling in here. I'm just not trying to do anything special, just trying to do my basics. That's it.
Just turn a little bit towards the camera so we can all see you. You're the winner today. Now tell me, you said you're just following the basics in terms of bowling. How did you find the pitch? Was it holding up a little bit first innings?
Yeah, it's gripping a bit. It's a bit helping for the spinners. We have to bowl in not too quick, just bowling.
So just trying to understand the formula, what really works for you. So you bowl slower through the air for the ball to turn more. How have you planned these wickets out on these pitches?
In this wicket, I just try to spin the ball. Didn't try to bowl straight. Just try to spin the ball.
One more day, either it could be India A or Afghanistan A. Now you've already bowled to Afghanistan, so all prepared for that?
Yeah, we are in good mindset up to face the game.
Well, you can put your legs up, enjoy yourself, and then we'll see you day after.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Dushan Imanta, the player of the match for this first semi-final, taking 4 wickets in the game. And that is all from the presentation.
Second player of the match award there for Dushan Hemanta. But we're all set for the big one. India A taking on Afghanistan A, coming to you in a short while from now at 17:30 hours. All the action coming up from the Oman Cricket Academy. Stay tuned because this match is going to be a cracker. We'll head into a short break. When we come back, much more.
This one goes over mid-on, and that's his 50. This is another wicket.
Nicely done. Boundary.
And will be another boundary.
Fixed the length early. Has he found the fielder? Goes over him.
One, two, three. Hello, 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 please.
10 seconds to the interview.
Where are you from in Afghanistan? Where are you from?
Logar.
Just speak in the mic.
Gar.
We will do the mic test also. Speak in the mic.
Okay. Like this.
Like this.
Yeah.